to stay.
Hello and welcome back to Beyond Boards, a podcast dedicated to the actions and interests of skaters beyond skateboarding. My guest today, Nora Baker, grew up in Covina, California, where he first stepped on a board at only 2 years old. Since his early teens, he has made a strong and lasting impression on the skateboarding industry and landscape thanks to his unique style and trick selection, as well as a very solid competition track record. In the late 2010s, he decided not to compete in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics anymore and came out as a trans man. This brave and inspiring journey was captured in the 2022 Netflix documentary Stay on Board, The Nora Baker Story by Nicola Marsh and Giovanni Reda. Today, Leo is living his best life in New York City, skating better than ever, running his board brand Tacky Joy Factory, and making music under the pseudonym Leo Popstar, among other exciting projects. So here's my conversation with Leo. I hope you'll enjoy it. All right, let's do this very first one. This one is from Nora Baker.
Dope.
Who was part of Tacky, and we'll talk about Tacky, of course. So she asked, who were the people that uplifted you when you were younger to bring you to the point you're at?
Okay, so that's a great question. Thanks, Nora. One of the first big major influences in my life was my friend Ryan Miller. He grew up skating in the Inland Empire, like throughout the 90s, and then I met him when I was 11, and he sort of like took me under his wing a bit and like put me in, like gave me and my mom like advice, because I was like 11, and he suggested like Leo should start competing in Castle, and then he took me out and filmed my very first video part when I was 11, and then he would just pick me up every weekend to go skating with his homies that were like all 20-somethings, and I'm like 11, so if you can imagine what that must have been like, I was really stoked. And we would just skate Chafee most of the time. Chafee, I think high school, and like those ledges were way too high for me to get on when I was that age, but that's where I learned nose slides, and then, you know, as I got older I like learned other tricks there. But yeah, that's one of the like more fond memories of my skate journey, is becoming friends with Ryan and him just sort of having my back regardless. And then also another person is Lisa Whitaker. So she pretty much same vibe. Like I met her at a skate park in Arizona when I was probably like 12. And then she came up to me and asked if she could film me do a frontside flip out of this bump, because I was like practicing frontside flips, whatever, out of this bump, right?
Okay.
And then she was telling me about how like Getting Nowhere Faster had like just been finished, but like she wished we met before so I could get clips in the video. But then she was like, we should go filming anyways. And so then she filmed my next video part in 2005. So I would think I was 13 then. So like Lisa and Ryan were two like major influences. Yeah, they just like, I'm like, I couldn't ask for like two better people to do it. Like they're both like just fucking dope. I love them both so much. So yeah. All right. Well,
this is another person I think that was instrumental in your upbringing, I guess. Anthony Piscopo.
Oh my God. Hell yeah.
Owner of a pawn shop, skate shop.
Mm-hmm.
He asked, he said, so we started the shop in 2010, but I've skated with Leo since 1999. Pawn did his first trip in 2011. The trip was pretty significant because we started the shop, so we all had a home team. It kind of felt like that little intro was important to share for the story in question. When we finally got our shit together to do the trip, it was just to AZ. We had like 15 people on the trip. The question is, on the very first pawn trip, the van had different sections. The drivers, the PC row, and Leo? What was the famous chaotic row's name you sat in?
Dude, I can't even remember.
Oh, damn, okay.
Did he tell you?
No, he didn't. No, sorry.
Oh, shit. Hold on, let me think a little bit about it. Let's come back to it, because it might come back to me, but like I can't remember. The last time I named a row, it was with Alyssa on Nike trips, and we just called it the gay bench.
Okay.
Damn, that shit was... Dude, I was like 19 on that trip. I'm like 34 now, so I'm like...
Yeah, long time ago.
Okay,
that's
I'm
fine.
going to think on it
come
and
back
come back to it.
If it comes back, yeah. It's all good.
Damn it. That was a sick-ass trip, though. Fuck.
Okay, well, you just mentioned this other person who shared a question. Let's see.
Hi, Leo.
I have a hazy memory of meeting you in 2004 at a contest in Torrance, where you won a trip to the Globe Gallus World Cup contest in Australia. That was an unusual prize to win, especially at your age at that time. Would love to hear your memories of that contest and that trip to Australia.
Oh my God, Lisa. Oh my God. Yeah, that contest was different because I had been competing in Castle, and then I honestly don't even know how we found out about this, but there was like a girls' competition in Torrance, and they were like, you should go skate it.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there. My mom drove us there, and we were there for the whole day, and that's where I met Vanessa and Amy and Jamie and Lauren Malika, and obviously Lisa was there. I think Patiani may have been there. Like, just legends, you know, people from Getting Nowhere Faster, and then also like more locals. And I just did what skated the contest the way that I like learned how to skate in contests, which is like get your shit down and like be consistent and like have a plan basically. So I just during the jam contest, I did a frontside flip off this kind of like drop thing. It wasn't out ledge, but I just like rode on top and the frontside flip off it to flat. Okay. And then that was the end of but there was like multiple heats. I think there was like at least 3 heats, maybe 4. And it was like jam format, which was always like super forgiving. I always thought that was a dope way to have a contest because it's like everyone's just out there trying to land stuff. And then if you don't land, whatever you don't land doesn't count against you. So you just stack up points anytime you land anything, which is sick. And then I feel like the whole day went by, the heats and whatever else was happening. But I just remembered, like, towards the evening, it was like the sun was going down and they were, like, doing the, like, award ceremony. And then they announced that I won. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, I'd never even been on an airplane before.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so my first flight was to Australia. And I was like, okay.
That's a long flight, so too.
It was super long. Thankfully, I was tiny. So I could, like, really curl up in the seat. Yeah. And then, dude, that trip was so fun. Then I met, like, Hillary and Monica Shaw and... Also, like, you know, Vanessa was there, Amy was there. Probably there's more people there like Nugget and Sophie were there. Oh, my God. And then we went out. One of the best moments was we went out skating, like street skating, and we drove, like, super far out to this, like, full pipe in, like, the middle of nowhere, in, like, Melbourne somewhere. And we just skated that, and we skated, like, this ditch that was, like, had, like, a bank, whatever. It was, like, I can't even describe it. It was, like, I don't know. Basically, like, maybe it was, like, a dam or something. I honestly have no idea. But there was like a bank and everybody was skating the bank and like doing flip tricks into the bank and stuff. And I got super sunburned so bad. It was really, they started calling me Pinchy after that, like as like a lobster's red pinch. I don't know. So that became a nickname for me for a while, which was funny. And yeah, I just like kind of felt at home, you know, like I'm like used to being mostly like a lone wolf. And I have been since I was young. And then, like, you know, kind of being, like, quote, a girl within just, like, I'm, like, usually the only girl at the skate park or, like, the only girl in the contest or, like, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then going out and skating with these folks was just, like, it just, like, opened my mind up to, like, a world that I had no idea existed. So I was super grateful for that. And, like, I mean, I've had lifelong friendships with everybody I've met during those years. They all just kind of, like, scooped me up and like I felt like I belonged. So yeah, that was a wild fucking story. I'm like, dude, how did I, like, when I'm describing that I won a contest to Australia when I was like 13, I'm like, that's like not real. Like, it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is pretty wild. Yeah, it sets you on a path. So
yeah, that's when I started competing in all the World Cup stuff. So after that, then I started getting invited to like X Games, Slam City, and whatever other World Cup competitions that were like Mystic Cup and fucking, you know.
Did you enjoy doing these competitions at the time? Because I know eventually you stopped doing competitions, and but like how did you enjoy doing that at that time?
Oh God, it was so fun because it was like I'm traveling. A lot of times Ryan would come with us and like we'd street skate, so I'd be getting clips. And then I'm skating the contest, which was like, at that time, it felt like a breeze. I was so young. I could just like be like, okay, I'm going to like skate this contest and like go street skate. Now I'm like, oh my God, how could anybody do both? And I was just always so stoked to see, like I met Marissa in Slam City when I was also probably like 13. That whole first year after Australia, like I met like even more people. Again, lifelong friends. And yeah, I really had a great time back then. I was young and traveling and like whatever. I was still in school and public school, and like my mom's like, "Are you sure you don't want to do homeschool?" And I'm like, "Definitely," because I like really liked going to school. It was like stability.
Oh, yeah?
I liked my teachers and I liked learning. I loved the classroom. So I just did my homework on the plane and stuff. And, you know, of course, I was like doing really well in most contests. So like, obviously that felt good. You know, I was like winning or like on the podium at least, you know. So those early days were really fun. And I think it's like, if you look back at like old Tampa pros or like before it became super like corporate, those were like the days. I mean, people were like fucking hammered skating like no one was taking it seriously. Like it was like a real skateboarding moment.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's like, like people are not treating it that way now, obviously, because it's like the Olympics
it's a lot
and
more
street
serious
league
and there's a lot more at stake, kind of.
Yeah, so it's like people would show up to the contest like in the morning. They had been up all night, like partying, haven't slept yet, still fucking hammered, and like take their run. You know what I mean? Like it was just people were just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to have a good time. And I'm glad I got to get a little taste of that before things slowly became really sterilized by corporations and then eventually the Olympics.
It must have been fun to witness that firsthand for sure and to participate in it.
Yeah. They were like, I remember being like in Australia and they're like, why aren't you 18 yet? Like we just want you to like come out to the bars with us and shit. And I was like 13. And I was like, yeah, that would be cool. And now that I look back, I'm like, if these people were like down to invite like a 13-year-old to the bar, there must have been a vibe where it's like, I don't know. A lot of times people were like, you're like an old soul or whatever. So I've always felt like, I've never felt super young and naive, I guess. But whatever, I guess that's besides the point. But I just remember, like, I guess, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, Ryan picked me up to skate with his, like, 20-something homies. They're, like, drinking 40s and smoking blunts. Which is, like, they're not, like, crazy partying. But they're skating. They have a 40. Like, they're also, you know what I mean? It's, like, skating.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not smoking. Well, I did start smoking when I was, like, 12. But I wasn't smoking with them really or drinking. And, like, Ryan wasn't a bad influence. Like, he wasn't doing that stuff around me. But I'm just, like, grateful that I could, like, be, I don't know, in those settings. Like, I was, like, really young. Just being 11 or 13 and, like, having, like, these, like, it's, like, really, I guess, like, affirming or something.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, just, like, I'm, like, accepted on a level that's, like, felt really special to me and still does.
Well, again, someone you've been mentioning a couple times since we started talking. I have a question from this other person.
What's up, Leo? If you could have an ice cream party anywhere in the world, where would it be, and what ice cream would you be eating?
An ice cream party?
Ice cream party, yes.
Was that Ryan?
That's Ryan Miller, yes.
Ice cream party anywhere in the world? Okay, I would have chocolate ice cream with brownies at the Stalin Square Plaza in Prague.
Oh,
and then there would be a lot of skating, and Ryan would be there for sure.
Oh, that's a good combo right there. Yeah.
Hell yeah. In the summertime, so it's like stays light out all day.
Is that one of your favorite spots you've been to?
Just like of all time, yeah. Me and Ryan went to Prague, like, I went to Prague, like, maybe, like, this sounds crazy, but I think, like, 8 years in a row for the Mystic Cup. But, like, we're, like...
Oh, yeah.
So Ryan would always come, and then we would just get, like, mad clips at fucking Stalin. So just, like, super fond memories. And, like, it's, like, that first experience when... I don't know if you've had this experience. I mean, I grew up in skating California, so it's, like, mostly concrete, asphalt. You don't see, like, a ton of granite or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's, like, when you skate granite flat ground, you're, like, things are... Like, I feel like it's magic. Like, I'm like, I could do tricks that I haven't done in forever. I'm grinding with so much ease. Like, just having that, I'm like, dude, this is, like, the best place in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And, like, the manual, it's like, oh, whatever. I don't know. I'm just, like, skating granite is, like, such a gift. And so that was, like, one of my first intros, I think, to that was skating Stalin Square. And with Ryan, of course. And, like, we're both just, like, learning tricks all day, filming each other do lines and stuff. And it was just, like, it was the best. It was the best.
I'm sure. I've never been to Stalin myself, unfortunately, but I mean, I've seen it in videos for fucking decades, and it looks like a pretty incredible spot. It looks like it's changed a little bit throughout the years, but I'm sure it must be a blast to skate that place for sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought was, like, really cool about Prague just in general. Like, and at the time when I was young, I was, like, into graffiti and, like, all this shit. And it was just, like, cool to see people, like, freely doing graffiti, like, by these, like, bridges and stuff with their cars parked and shit. And, like, there was something about it that seemed, like, so free. And I just, like, thought was, like, that's not the vibe that I get, like, where I grew up. It's like, you're in trouble, you're bad, don't skate. Obviously, don't be tagging shit.
Yeah.
And the other part about Prague, too, was, like, so people would just, like, take whatever, the way that all the ledges are made, they take parts of, like, stairs from throughout the park and stack them up. And then there's just granite ledges, and they've, like, created all kinds of dope shit. And, like, it seems like it's just, like, not a big deal, which I'm like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So that just felt cool as fuck.
And so, just bringing it back to Ryan for a second, like we started this by you mentioning him being very instrumental in your development, and how did he initially help you out, or maybe give you advice? Like, how was that kind of relationship? What was it like at the beginning?
It started out because it's like so random. So when I was in, like, I think 4th grade, maybe, I wanted the Mike Vallely Etnies really bad. You know, the one with the lightning bolt on the back, the all black. Yeah. Because a 5th grader at my school had them, and I just thought they were the sickest shoes ever. And so for Christmas, my mom went to Utility Board Shop, which is now Pawn, to get them for me. And then they didn't have my size, but they were like, the shop in Laverne has them. We called, they have them. So she drove out to the Laverne Utility Board Shop. When she was, like, checking out, paying for the shoes, she saw a little flyer for skate classes. That was Ryan's skate classes. So then she, like, got the shoes, and then, like, the 4 sessions with Ryan in his, like, skate class. Mm-hmm. And that's how I met him. And then really quickly we switched to, like, doing, like, private lessons. And then it turned into more like he would just come pick me up. It would be like mentorship. My mom was still paying him for, like, a little bit, but then eventually he's like, you don't have to, like, keep paying me to, like, skate with Leo. Like, I'm just down as fuck to skate with this kid. So
okay,
that was dope, because I'm like, shit, we were so damn poor. Mm-hmm. Thank God. But yeah, that's how that happened. So I'm just like, the kid at my school had these shoes that I really wanted, and then that was like the, like, snowball that eventually led to meeting Ryan.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mike Vallely, for putting those shoes on.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this next one.
Hey guys, my question for Leo is, out of all the adventures we've been on over the years all around the world, which trip was your favorite? Would love to know. All right, bye.
Oh my God. Mimi.
Yes, Cole, you recognize her voice. Okay. Mimi Knoop.
Okay. Dude, shout out Mimi for so many reasons. And for sure, without a doubt, like, immediately the best trip ever was the one she planned, where we went. It started out, so we went to Oslo for the X Games. And then from there, she planned this, oh my God. Like, we hiked up to the fjord, which was like a 6-hour hike. And she was, like, doing all this research and found this, like, hike that was, like, called Off the Beaten Path. So we, like, meet up with this guy, and then we, like, take canoes across, like, me, Alexis, Mimi, more people. And we're, like, the water was, like, still, like, glass. Like, we're, like, canoeing across this, and it's so quiet. We're surrounded by, like, trees and this, like, giant cliff. We're in fucking Norway. It's, like, so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then we, like, arrive at the, like, beginning of the trail. I guess the trailhead. Is that what people call that? Not super
Maybe.
Outdoorsy.
What year is this? Do you remember what year that might have happened?
Like 2019, I think, or 2018.
Oh, okay.
It was, like, before
not
COVID.
That long ago.
Not that long ago, yeah. And then we, like, do this hike. And it was just, like, it was just so beautiful. It was a super long hike all the way up the side of this mountain up to this, like, fjord. And then we're, like, just up there, like, looking down at the water. Like, we're on the canoe, and the stream is, like, super small because we're, like, up so high. But when we were, like, down there, I don't know, it was, like, really insane. And then she discovered this other, like, travel tour thing, but it was, like, super low key with, like, locals. But we went on this, like, pirate ship and, like, went to different islands around in Stavanger.
Okay. And
they, like, packed us lunch. Like, they were like, there'll be food and whatever, but it was, like, cute, like, grapes and, like, a Tupperware and, like, some sandwiches. Like, they made it. I don't know, and I'm just like, this is, like, one of the craziest things, like, I've ever experienced to, like, and just thank God for Mimi, because I would never have the bandwidth to plan something like that. So, yeah, Mimi is the fucking GOAT.
That was all around an X Games event happening over there?
Yeah, we, like, went to Oslo for X Games. We like skated whatever. I don't even remember how many days it was. Like I think we usually go for like a week, and there's like practice like 3 days, and then the contest, and then that's it.
Okay.
So that was like the beginning of it. We're like, let's like get through that, and then get to this like beautiful trip that's been planned.
Yeah, awesome. That's rad that she would organize that kind of stuff afterwards. Yeah, what a cool way to experience a country like Norway. Yeah.
Oh my god, for real. I'm like, I want to go anywhere with Mimi. Anywhere.
Yeah.
She knows where to find the coolest shit. So yeah.
And so, do you remember when you first met with Mimi? Was that also way back, kind of at the same time you started meeting with all the people we've been talking about, or was that a bit later maybe?
Definitely, like within those years for sure. Like I remember seeing her compete in like the Combi Bowl. So that was like fucking mad long ago. And just being at X Games and stuff, she's always been around. She's like super tight with Lisa. So yeah, Mimi I feel like has just always been there. Mm-hmm. I can't remember being like, hey, I'm Leo. I can't remember meeting her like specifically, but I just remember her always like being there. I saw her in Lisa's video. Yeah. So all those names, I'm like Carabeth too, and like whatever, everybody that's in that.
You were familiar with everybody, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh shit, like Mimi Knoop, what? She's the best, dude. She's the best. I love her a lot.
Okay, let's do this one.
Hi, Leo. It's Alex. My question to you is about why do you always have to do things the hard way? And why do you have to go make your own companies and brands and things like that out in the world instead of just, being Flo for Santa Cruz skateboards or something like that? I love you.
Oh, Alex. Yeah.
So that's an idea. You can hang everything and just go on Flo for Santa Cruz or something.
Honestly, it's like a gut instinct thing that I started glue. I always felt like something in me it's like I can't really put words to it, but like there's like a drive in me to like create more, where more needs to be created, especially for the, folks that I relate to and the same demographic as me within skating and beyond. There's inequities, obviously, and having grown up experiencing those things, like first living my life as like a young girl, like a teenage girl, like a young woman, experiencing like the inequities of just being a fucking woman in the world, and then being a dyke in the world, and now being a trans man in the world. Like, I have a lot of perspectives from different points of view of different marginalized communities.
Yeah, sure.
And so with that being said, part of me is like, since I was young, like it's always been this trajectory. Like I'm like, oh, I want to be a pro skater, and then I want to be an artist, and then I want to like have a band and like whatever. And so it's like, I remember discovering like what graphic design was and being like, oh my God, that's fucking perfect. So I went to school for graphic design right out of high school, because I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully I'll be able to like design boards someday, whatever, clothes, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so the pieces fell in together naturally, and it started with, so I skated for Element for like, oh my God, DeWitt started sending me boards, I think, when I was like 12 or 13. And
that was prior to Meow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 12 or 13. Oh, I was 12. And then I remember him saying, like, don't list Element as a sponsor yet. So, like, at contests, like, I was skating Element boards, but, like, quote, like, didn't have a board sponsor. And then eventually, like, I was at one of the contests and, like, asked him if I could say I'm Flo for Element, and he said yes. But that was all DeWitt. Like, DeWitt could have been at any fucking brand, and he would have taken care of me like that. Because I wasn't, like, the biggest fan of Element. Like, I thought it was a little bit corny, Like, just, like, the whole BAM thing. And, like, I love BAM, but, like, like, all that hype, like, I just kind of didn't really relate to it.
Sure.
But I was like, damn, it's like I'm getting these boards from this dude who, like, fucking has my best interest at heart. Like, in the real way. Like, when I speak on, like, my position in the world and being in a part of, like, several intersecting marginalized communities, DeWitt was a person who was, like, in my corner in a real way. Like, made sure I had boards, made sure, like, there was a moment where, like, I got, like, a small raise during the time where, like, a lot of people were getting pay cuts. Because he was like, you work hard and you deserve to be rewarded for your hard work. And I was like, damn, that's sick. Eventually, the company went in a weird direction. DeWitt left. He moved to New York and was doing marketing for Vans. I remember him calling me to tell me, and, like, he was just, like, close to being in tears, just because he's just, like, he cares about the team, but, like, he's, like, losing his mind, is sick of that job. So I was like, damn. And then I go in and discuss my contract, and they're like, I'm thinking like, okay, so I was like on King of the Road, and like I was in Thrasher, and I'm winning contests, like all this stuff, right? Like I'm doing everything that I could possibly do.
Yeah.
And then I go in to renegotiate my contract, and they tell me, you're just not doing enough. We're not going to re-sign you, but you can still get boards. And I was like, okay, like what's
how does that
what
make sense?
define doing enough? Like,
Yeah.
whatever. So that was like really a shock to my system. And then that was like around 2009 when, you know, the recession hit, and then like skating obviously took a blow from that. So of course the marginalized communities that I speak of are always the first on the chopping block. Like when the economy, like all of our contests are gone, all of us, like none of us have like sponsors anymore, like whatever, you know, that's just how it goes. Like save the men and let everybody else fucking burn in hell. But so then I was like trying to get a board sponsor, and I tried to get on Enjoy, I tried to get on Habitat, I tried to get on Baker or Death Wish. There's probably more that I can't even think of, and literally not one brand was down.
Oh, damn.
And I was like,
They blew it.
what the fuck? Like, I was like, damn, seriously? Like, that was wild. And Lisa was like, oh, I'd love to have you on Meow, but like, of course you should get a bigger board sponsor. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, apparently I can't. So I'm like, I don't know. Then it just kind of like occurred to me that like, Lisa's like been family like in my corner for so long. Like, why wouldn't I want to be a part of that? And so being a part of that was dope. I got to make my own graphics. Like, she turned me pro. That was so fun all those years. And then after probably like, I guess, I don't know how many years that was, maybe like 5 or 6 years. And then I started Glue.
Right.
So it kind of is like a product of, I mean, I got a taste of designing boards. I'm like, why would I, whatever, get a board sponsor somewhere where like, I don't even want to be in that van. You know what I mean? Like, it stinks for sure. It's like hot box. There's like beer cans everywhere. Like, that's my experience on skate trips. I'm like, this is super unpleasant. I want to be in a van with Lisa, and like I want to be in a van with like whatever, like my homies. So after Glue stuff kind of like shit hit the fan with that, I decided to just walk away from it because it was like too stressful to try to salvage it.
Okay.
And at that moment I was like, should I get a board sponsor? Like, I was really sitting with it,
Contemplating your options, kind of.
yeah. And the way that I've always operated was like from my intuition and my gut instinct. And so I was like, like my first thought was like, okay, well, I'll just start another brand. And then I was like, well, let's like take a second. I have options. Let's think about everything before just like jumping straight into a new project. And then I was like, fuck, like maybe that would be nice. Like, I would have like, the workload would be so much less. Like, I could just literally go skating. What?
Yeah,
like,
just focus on that, yeah.
And do like art and like music on the side for fun and then it just like I remember I was like in my car driving somewhere. It was like nighttime, and like it like entered my body that I was like, I have to start another brand. And it's like, I really enjoy mentoring kids. Obviously it's like super healing for me to like make my own art, make something that I feel like never existed for me, because I feel like I've never fit in anywhere. Like, I don't think I fit in on Habitat or Baker or whatever. I mean, I think I could.
Yeah.
But like, there's more inside of me that like needs to come out, that like I want to express. And then also just creating a platform where like that's like the ethos. Basically it's like creating the thing that I feel like didn't exist when all these years I've been in the industry. I'm like, there's like a need for a brand that's like not like zero, like hook yourself down this thing for Jamie Thomas, or like like just like a lot of it's just like very, I don't know. I like the overlap between art and skateboarding. And so I feel like with Tacky, I'm able to sort of have that expression, and like I'm drawn to people who are like similar to me. So like Nora's super dope and creative. Rocco is like everybody's talented and has like multiple crafts that they're good at. And I like to be surrounded by that type of person. So that is why I keep choosing the hard path, because it's rewarding. It's rewarding. And I get to, it's healing for me to like be there for younger people in a way that I needed when I was younger and didn't have necessarily. I mean, there's Lisa, but I'm talking more like if I had like a dad or somebody to like, actually guide me in a way that like a lot of my growing up fast was just figuring stuff out like on my own. And so there's so much stuff that like I know now that I wish I knew when I was like 18, 16, 14, you know? And so I'm meeting these young kids and I'm like, if there's like a connection happening. It's like a genuine sort of friendship chemistry going on. Like, it's just like the natural way of things. Like with Nora, like we're like so much tighter than just like I'm like a TM that like sends boards.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's like more of a family sort of vibe. So yeah, that's, I'm like in a long-winded explanation.
No, and I appreciate that, and I remember I did an interview with this guy. I don't know if you know this guy from Japan. His name is Takahiro Morita. He's like a skater, of course, like a filmmaker as well.
Sick.
He owns a skate shop in Tokyo. I can't remember the name of the shop right. It's FESN, Far East Skate Network.
That's awesome.
He's a rad like artist, skater. He's incredible, and I remember I did this interview with him about a year ago, and he told me like whatever I do in life, I always choose the hard way. Like basically.
Yeah.
It was kind of his ethos, and he was telling me, because before we started the interview that his English was not very good, and that he still enjoyed the challenge of doing an interview in English over a Zoom call like we're doing now, and that just resonated very strongly with me. Like, oh, that's an interesting way of seeing things. Like, okay, this is hard as shit, but I'm still gonna do it, you know?
Yeah.
And it seems like you have kind of that same ethos of, okay, like you're like Leo Baker, you're very famous, you have a pro show on Nike. You could have probably easily found another board sponsor that would, been happy to give you boards or whatever, but you decided to create another brand and get yourself into like a more difficult endeavor, I guess. But so that really shows that you also take that hard path whenever you have a chance, kind of.
Yeah, because I mean, also like as you're talking through that, I'm like having more stuff come up about like why it makes more sense for me to do my own thing. And like for my whole life, I mean, like there's been like good moments with like Do It or like Rodney Johnson from Billabong, where I felt like, okay, these people see my hard work. It's not about like, oh, you're like a girl skater with long blonde hair and like you're, oh my God, so marketable, like blah, blah, blah. They were just like, this fucking person's a dope skater. End of story. And I've rarely been taken care of in that way, because it's always been like, when there's like hype around women skating, oh, all of a sudden people care what I'm up to. And then when there's like hype around like being queer, when it's marketable to be woke, okay, now I'm on the front facing for like lots of marketing campaigns and stuff like that during Pride and all this shit. Right now, I'm like fucking in the back in the corner, because like no brands are trying to like associate with trans people on a corporate level because of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So I'm getting like fucking distanced in a lot of ways that I'm like very attuned to. And when I create my own thing, I don't have to worry about that. Like I take care of myself the way I feel like I deserve. And it is a lot of hard work, but it is better than like the alternative, which is like, oh shit, like what are we going to do with our trans skater now that like the world is super anti-trans?
Yeah.
And I'm like not trying to be subject to that. Like I've been subject to it in so many ways my whole life. And like, I'm just like, fuck that. Like I'm going to do my own thing, and it's going to be hard, and I'll be lucky to break even, but I will be more fulfilled than if I just like sit back and sort of let the industry, if I like
dictate,
just
No,
I just can't do it anymore. Fuck.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That makes perfect sense. And thank God you're doing that. Yeah,
I'm like, shit, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do it because the economy is trash. But like, even at the end of the day, I'm like, shit, I'll at least like buy my own boards at cost because like I have my own shape, or maybe I do get a board sponsor someday. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. But like, I just can't see that as part of my future. Like, I can see only myself doing my own thing. So I'm just going to follow that until...
Yeah.
If it changes,
it's worked out for you. It seems like it's worked out great for you. Like you've been on a great trajectory. So I would trust your gut feeling. Like whatever you're gonna do next, I'm confident you'll make good decisions. And
I think so too. And it's like I wouldn't like if it wasn't for me filming my own video parts. I mean, I don't know like from my perspective, I see a lot of skaters just kind of get handed shit. Like, oh, here's a photo shoot to like market your thing. All of my marketing is done by me, even down to like my shoe. Like I was like, I want to go to these places. I'm going to do this photo shoot. Like me and fucking Sam are like driving around in the rain with this like throne from the Nike photo shoot. Like it's a fucking mess. And it's like just us two, like literally no support. Just like me and whatever I can fucking pull together, and like whatever like small amount of money my sponsor can throw at me. But then I'm like, damn, people just wake up with shit planned for them. Like, that's crazy. Like, boards design, like they don't have to think about any of that stuff. They just like skate, and then they just have like a fatty paycheck. Like, I'm just like, dude, what? Like, can I get like kind of the fatty paycheck? Maybe just like half that, and like half the support that these other fuckers get. But at the end of the day, it's like I gotta take care of myself, and so I'm doing that to the best of my ability with the resources that I have in a world that's super fucking anti-trans.
Yeah.
So that's that.
All right, we're gonna change subjects a little bit. Let's do this next one.
Yo, Leo. It's Gardia. Hey, what all-female punk rock 80s skate gang was your dad an honorary member of? And follow-up question, how has your father influenced your music?
Wow. Beautiful, Gardia. Wow, that's amazing. Hags. There's an all-female skate gang in the 80s in Orange County called the Hags. And my dad, according to Gardia, like, had a vest, like, had colors, I guess is how they put it.
Was an honorary member, or, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's cool. I'm like, I know he was a good dude. He wasn't, like, a predator. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of men are.
Yeah,
and I just,
sure.
I don't know a lot about him, but the more people that I continue to meet over the years who happen to have known him, lived with him, Gardia, like, what the fuck? Like, that's a crazy one. And I met her.
Yeah, how did you connect with her? Like, how did that happen?
So, I'm going to try to get through this, like, quick, because there was, like, a period of time where I was, like, obsessively Googling, trying to find out information about my dad. It was not a good time in my life. I was not doing well. I was, like, I just discovered partying, and I was like fucking felt free in that, and there's a lot of stuff that is inside of me that is related to my dad and the music stuff, and it's complex and it's like a pretty sensitive topic. And so eventually I went to go visit my grandma, my dad's mom, and the whole purpose of it was like I just want to like know more about him. So I'm asking questions, we're talking. And then we go back out into the garden, and my uncle fell asleep, and so that's my dad's brother. And so I'm just talking with my grandma in the backyard, and I was like, so when did he become diagnosed with HIV? Like, what happened? And what she told me was that he told her that he cheated on his wife with a man who he knew had HIV in order to contract the disease. At that moment, I was like, I don't want to know anything else ever again. Like, ever the fuck again. Like, I literally was like, never again, like, never Googled. I was like, I'm done with this. Like, cause that just like made me like go spiraling into like more questions, more wondering. Like it's like a endless pit.
Yeah.
And it just creates like more grief. And so I was like, I need a break from this. And I took years long break. So that was when I was 22.
Okay.
And I met Gardia fucking in the last like 5 years. Like she came to my, she came to my, my documentary premiere. So I met her, I think within like, I was like finishing up the documentary. So I get a DM from somebody on Instagram, and I'm like, it's a person. And I've had more than one of these, like this person that claims they knew my dad. And I'm like, what the fuck? But for some, like the way she put it in her message, like I just really appreciated it, because she's like, hey, I just became aware of you. I happen to be like going to New York to drop off my kid at school who happens to be trans. So I was like, okay, so like that's like a green flag. And then she was like, in the least amount of words possible, like, I knew your dad in the 80s. He lived with us, blah, blah, blah. If you're open to it, I would love to connect with you. And I just happen to be coming to New York in like next week or something. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want more of this.
You didn't want to reopen that door, kind of?
So I just set it down, and I was like, I don't know, like, and then I was kind of talking through it with some friends, and like part of me did feel like compelled to pursue that connection. And so I did meet Gardia, and that ended up being just like such a gift in my life. Like, oh my God. And so that's like another thing where I'm like, I trust my gut again. And like going based off of that instinct was like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And so she introduced me to like all of my dad's friends, people, like just like the 9-month period that I don't know anything about. So like my mom met my dad in a detox center, and then I was conceived there. And then 9 months later, so I have a brother on my dad's side. He's 9 months younger than me. So there was a 9-month period where I don't know what he was up to, but then eventually he went back to Orange County, back with my brother's mom, and they started to use again.
Okay.
And then I found out, I met Nancy, who is the person that my dad was with for that 9-month period, where he just came out of detox and was like, I'm going to do it. I feel good. I'm clean. And then I think he started to go downhill, and she was like, you can't stay here if you're going to be fucking using drugs. And then he went. And so I'm like, whoa, like knowing that 9-month gap is just like wild to know. And then I talked to another one of his friends. We went out to lunch, Gardia and me and another one of my dad's best friends who like has like some of his gear still. I'm like, can I please have the guitar? But he's like a collector. I'm like, there's no fucking way he's going to give me that. And I'm like, whatever, fuck it. He was like, I told him what my grandma told me about my dad getting HIV. And he was like, that's not what happened. And I was like, what? Okay. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like all these plot twists. I'm like, I can't even handle this. But then he was like, no, your dad was living in Hollywood, working for a guy who was like, quote, like a pimp. There was a lot of needle sharing going on and a lot of unprotected sex going on. That's where he contracted HIV. And I was like, damn. I mean, that's like way more believable than like, I fucked a guy on purpose. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, your dad was like not gay, like not even a little bit. I was like, whoa, okay. Because I was like, is my dad gay? Like, I don't know. I was wondering that. I'm like, was he? Sure. Anyway, so that was all just like a fucking intense blast. And they all came to my documentary premiere, which was like really wild. Like seeing that, just talking to them after, moment, kind of. Yeah, they were like, dude, like I feel like I'm watching your dad like on the screen, like the way you look, like his face, just the mannerisms, all this shit. I don't know. It was like, so in those moments, like, I don't know, like I struggle a lot with my dad's abandonment, but I think I'm warming up to the idea more that he is somehow watching over me. Mm-hmm. But I'm still not fucking happy about it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you're missing the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, you chose to stay fucked up and, like, instead of get clean and, like, take responsibility for the fucking children you just made.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I'm angry. But
no,
that aside, you know, all of that, like, so to get back to Gardia's second question is pretty much...
him influencing your music,
Yeah, like, I have an EP out called Crying All the Time. And those songs are, like, I feel like what my best work of, like, from when I started playing until that moment. So I was, like, writing songs, trying stuff, whatever, and I was like, okay, I think these songs are, like, pretty good. Mm-hmm. And within those songs there's, like, a lot of it's just, like, about going through the pain of, like, abandonment. Like, honestly, that's, like, what the music's about. Needing to get sober. Like, now I'm on drugs, and, like, I feel, like, more connected to him than probably I ever will. And, like, I know he would be having a good time with me. Like, anytime I would, like, fucking pick up drugs and, like, I would just feel so free in, like, my music. And, like, I'm sure that's his experience, too. It's, like, all the thoughts are gone and I can just, like, play. Mm-hmm. And, like, I always want him around for that. So there's just, like, a lot of pain. And then there's also just, like, the, like, fact that I have his genes and that, like, it just comes easy to me. Playing music, playing guitar, like, I don't know. It's like, in that sense, it's like I feel he's here somehow, but I'm just like, I wish it was different.
Yeah.
And then you hear that in my songs, you know, you hear that. I'm just like, I wish you were here. I'd rather have you here than to fucking be able to play guitar like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I am working through it, you know. It's been a long road with that. Like, he died when I was 14, and...
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. So, okay, 14. So you still have like you did spend some time with him growing up, like
a tiny bit. We hung out maybe 4 times.
Oh wow.
Maybe 4 times, yeah. Not very many. And when I was younger, like, so I was a freshman in high school when he passed away, and the way that I handled it, I was so distanced from it. It was like a neighbor came by and was like, oh, my dog ran away. Can you like that's like the level of emotional depth I felt towards the situation. And like I rationalized it by being like, well, it's not like he was around anyway, so it's not like I'm actually losing anything.
Yeah.
And that's like how I survived it at that age. And then when I turned 18, it got way more real. I started grieving like a lot more heavily. And from that stage, from being 18 till now, I'm 34. Like, all these years that go by, like, it's a fresh wound because I launched a new company last year. Like, wouldn't that have been so cool if my dad was there to see that? Or like I transitioned, I have a fucking documentary on Netflix. Like I pursued my dreams. I became the pro skater I said I was going to be, that I wanted to be when I was 8 years old, when you were still fucking alive.
Yeah.
So that's a rough sort of emotional bag right there. But
No, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like in a constant state of like seeking any father figures, and like Rodney Johnson at Billabong. He like, it felt that way with DeWitt. It felt that way with like Ryan. It felt that way. And just parental figures in general. It doesn't have to be like a man, like Lisa. People that were adults that like took care of me. I think that's why I like loved school and stuff, because I'm like, there's teachers here. There's like stability. There's information. I feel safe. I feel protected. I feel like
exactly.
I have somebody to talk to or whatever. It was it wasn't that way in my family dynamic, you know? So.
What about the connection with music? Like, because we didn't really mention it, but your father was a famous musician.
Yeah.
And so you've been making music for a few years now. And did you always have like an appetite, an interest for music growing up? Or did that come as you were a young adult maybe? Or
I did, you know, like I knew my dad was a rock star when he came over one time and he brought the TSOL CD that he was on. So his picture's in like the little booklet that you can pull out and go through and see lyrics and stuff. I tore out the last page of it and stuck it between the mattress and the box spring and like put it back, because I tried to steal it. I wanted to keep it. I was probably like 4. I was really young. And so I always knew about the music thing. And then we hung out again when I was 8. This was the last time I saw him. I went down and visited, and I met I met Marshall. My brother changed his name to Marshall. And he taught us stuff on the guitar, and we were just like naturals at it. And I was just always like, I remember with one Christmas, I was like, please, like begging, like I would never take no for an answer like I was like kind of like a brat in that way. I'd be like, play, like until I broke my mom. Like, I'm like, I want a guitar. Like I need a fucking guitar for Christmas. She's like, all right, but that's all you're getting because we don't have money. And I'm like, fine, that's fine. That's all I want. And then I remember the last time I talked to my dad, I was like, I just got the guitar and I was like playing power chords and stuff. And then I was like, can somebody like get my dad on the phone? Like, hello. And so I talked to him and I was like playing the power chords like while the phone was, so he could hear it. And he was like, I can't wait to like teach you some tricks on guitar. And I'm like, fuck yeah, like that sounds so sick, like I can't wait. And then so from that moment I was just like, hell yeah, like I play guitar, like, and I've always been told like anytime I interact with anyone from my dad's side of the family, like it's in your blood. So it's like there's this like core belief that like I could do this no matter what. And as I, you know, explore it, it like is true. Like I'm just like, oh, it just clicks for me, and I'm just super grateful for that gift because I like love music. It just has that edge of grief because it's like, I don't know, I'm like dealing with like a legacy burden, which is like I'm always like going back and forth on like, should I do this or not? Why would I do this? Like with skating, like there is no burden because I fell in love with skating when I was like 2 years old. That's mine. Nobody can take that from me. With music, it's like so influenced from my dad. I'm like, should I follow in these footsteps? Why would I do this? Like, because like I can, do I actually like it? Or am I like trying to fill a void that's like unfillable? So I've been processing this shit like all like years. And yeah, it's, you know, I find myself lately, I've been like, I do love playing music. I know I can say that. I like writing music. And I love playing guitar. Fuck, I was in Portland for 2 months, and I was like, dude, I can't wait to get home. I miss my guitars. Like, my living room has like 5 guitars out right now.
Okay.
So I've been like trying to distance myself from the like legacy burden, if you will.
Yeah.
And just be like, explore it for the sake of exploring it without being like, I'm going to pursue this as a career because my dad did, and I know that I can, which was the vibe for a really long time.
Yeah, that adds a lot of pressure, and I think it's easier to just look at it as I just want to have fun with this and explore it just with no, how do you say, objective, like no goal other than just having fun, playing music, writing songs, and that's it. Like I don't need to monetize this. I don't need to make a living out of it. I don't need people to even listen to it or like it. Just doing this for myself, and if you can stick to that, then that's good. But once
and
you add that pressure element, it's hard to keep doing it.
Yeah, it is. And like it's interesting because like that's how I learned how to get validation. I was like skating and I was successful young. It became an objective. I was like, I want to be a pro skater when I'm 8 years old. Like when I'm like thinking of 8-year-olds now, I'm like, what are they doing? Like on Roblox? They're like playing video games and like they're not thinking about like their future career. I don't know.
Yeah.
And everything's turned into a career. Like I'm like the art stuff. It's like I'm like I haven't crossed that threshold with music yet, and I'm like maybe that's a gift, and maybe I don't ever have to actually do that.
Yeah.
Instead of like being like, now I'm gonna pursue music in the same way I pursued skating. Like I'm just like maybe I dodged a bullet. I hope. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen, but right now I'm just like I like love playing guitar, and I'm not gonna think about it past that.
Yeah.
So
no, just relieve that pressure and just keep having fun with it. I think that's the most important part.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do this next one from Chandler Burton.
What?
He said, what are you listening to right now, and what are 4 records you remember growing up, not only currently, and the impact it all had on you from then to now?
Wow. Well, I'm currently always listening to Lady Gaga, so.
Oh, yeah.
I am such a fan.
I heard you mention her in other interviews, yeah.
Yeah, she's just
obviously
the best. I just saw her do her Mayhem tour, and
Did you get to meet with her? Because I know
I've never met her.
BA is
I
friends
wish
with her,
I
isn't
could.
he?
No, they're not friends. Like they met at some point in passing.
Okay.
I would love to meet her. I haven't, but I adore her.
Yeah.
So her newest album is always on rotation, and then it's like really random. Then I'm listening to this artist called Novo Amor. It's very like sad, somber, acoustic like music. I have a playlist of songs that I've listened to so that I can practice singing, which is just like a mix of that kind of stuff. Like I love the band Deer Tick. I've been playing that song. I know he was asking what I've been listening to, but like I'm listening to what I'm playing. So Dirty Dishes by Deer Tick is the song that I've been practicing.
Okay.
Happy Mistake by Lady Gaga. That song's really fucking hard to sing, but I'm practicing that. There's a Novo Amor song that I've been practicing called Keep Me.
Okay.
So yeah, it kind of like, I feel like the music thing has become so narrow because I have, you know, I'm like ADD, OCD. I have like I need the dopamine hit. And if I like hear it, I try to listen to new music and I'm like, I can't. I need to hear something that I know. You know what I mean? Like I watch the same shows over and over. I listen to the same fucking playlists over and over, the same albums over and over. And then I like kind of rotate through that. But in my younger years, like one of the most influential bands ever and still is Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah?
That shit just like fucking like something about it like melted me from within listening to that. Like Time was one of the first songs I heard. Then when I heard Mother, I was like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like these songs are incredible.
Very deep, yeah.
And then listening to The Wall like every single day in high school, just from top to bottom, and then just like on a loop for like that whole year. I'm like, I can't, like, and the part of it was like this obsessive thing. Like if the album starts over, then I have to listen to it again. Cause it's like a mental sort of obsessive thing. But then it's on and I'm like, but it's so good. Like I love this album, and I just listened to that thing, fucking ran it into the ground.
I think didn't you post you were playing a Pink Floyd song recently, right? Or was it an old post? I rember seeing you play.
It was recent.
Remember what the song was, but
yeah, it was recent.
Was
it was
it
a song.
or?
No, it was a song from The Wall though. I can't even think of the name of for whatever God.
Is there anybody out there or something?
Yeah, and it's just that like guitar instrumental. So right. I spent a lot of time. So when I got injured, I tore my MCL when I was 19 at the Mystic Cup in Prague, and then I spent those 6 months in recovery. Like my knee was recovering, and I was in the garage just learning all those Pink Floyd songs. I learned how to play a bunch of Pink Floyd songs, a bunch of the solos. Like that was all really good practice. Yeah, so Pink Floyd's huge, and then other bands too later on. Like, I mean, I was like such a huge Tegan and Sarah fan. I still am, but then that's like completely like on a different spectrum of like identity, existence. And then like Bikini Kill, like all the like Riot Girl stuff. I'm like, damn, this stuff is fucking important. And when I was super like Ozzy Osbourne, oh my God, it was over when I heard Ozzy for the first time. It was fucking over. I used to listen to Black Sabbath and Ozzy obsessively with my friend Evan. His mom had like all the CDs. Like she was like obsessed with Ozzy too, and I'm like, I just like can't get enough of this shit. I remember burning CDs at Evan's house, and then like I heard Painkiller by Judas Priest for the first time, and I'm like 9 years old, maybe 10.
Okay.
And like when I listen to that song now, I'm like, that's a like fucking intense ass song. But when I was young, I remember being like so excited to put the CD on because I put Painkiller. I thought I put it on there, and then I was like skipping through each track, and like I was like so frustrated because I didn't put it on. I forgot. And like I was just like, it's like a core memory of like how fucking mad I was that I didn't put that song on, because I was like, how am I gonna get another opportunity to fucking get this song on a CD?
Yeah.
Like I was like, damn it. Like I was really, really mad.
Yeah.
So yeah, like heavy metal at a super young age, and then classic rock. There's a lot of hip hop, like Biggie, Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Immortal Technique, Big L. Like Ryan got me into a lot of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like Bob Dylan. Huge fucking Bob Dylan fan. Yeah. It was like such a random rotation. It'd be like Pink Floyd The Wall, and then like Bob Dylan, and then like Bone Thugs and Harmony, and then like Tegan and Sarah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that kind of encompasses sort of all the directions my music taste goes. But yeah. And then what was the other question he asked?
He said like 4 records growing up and stuff, and the impact it had on you from then to now. But I guess you've been answering that part as well. You were saying so you tend to, I don't know if you still do that, but you used to like listen to, for example, The Wall on repeat. Like, do you still do that whenever you like obsessed with a record, like the newest Lady Gaga album, for example? You like to listen to it a bunch of times and kind of absorb it? Or
it's like, it's partially a choice, but it's also partially like, I don't know, some primal urge to like keep. Because, okay, so I have another example of that, and that's when Born This Way came out, which was, I believe, in 2010, 2011. It was, like, a long time ago. And I had just started driving. And I bought the CD, even though I was like, I'm broke, but I'm going to buy it, because it's right here for sale in front of me on this, like, Starbucks counter that was across the street from Utility Board Shop. I was like, it's right here. I have to get it. I'm like, it's like, it's like a spiritual mission in some way. I'm just like, I can't walk out of this store without the CD. And then I had it in my CD player, and I was like, okay, after the end of the CD, I'm gonna change it. Like, I swear. And it played forever. Like, I drove up to Modesto from Covina to, like, see Vanessa on that 6-hour drive. I, like, straight up just, like, I was like, at one point I was like, I just can't turn it off, and I'm just gonna accept that. Like, I can't turn it off. There's something inside of me that won't let me turn it off. I'm just gonna keep listening to it. But those songs, I don't know. I feel like listening to music in that way, I develop, like, my relationship evolves with each song. Because, like, it'll be, like, track 3 and 4 are really hitting. And then out of nowhere, it'll be, like, damn, track 7's, like, really hitting right now. And, like, at some point, each track is my favorite. And then also just, like, really listening to the parts and getting super familiar with, like, all of the DNA in the song. Yeah. I just love that. I just fucking love that. Like, really just, like, knowing when, like, the tiniest part's gonna come. Like, I don't know, there's something that I just get a dopamine hit, I guess, from it.
Yeah. No, that's
so I love it.
And so you like to listen to full albums instead of like isolated songs and playlists or stuff like that. Like you really enjoy like the album dimension of a music project, whatever it is.
Yes. Yeah, that's like my preferred way of listening. And I'm just like, God, I miss like CDs. I was like, fucking lately I'm just like, I'm over streaming, like TV shows, fucking music, all of it's in my phone. I hate my phone. Like, I'm just like, like, I don't know. I just want CDs again. I want to like be in my car and I have like, okay, these are the 5 CDs I have. Like, which one do I want to listen to?
Yeah, that's it. Like, there's not a fucking billion choices out there for you.
Yeah, because a lot of times I'm just like, I don't even put anything on because I'm like, I just cannot deal with like my phone right now. I'm just like, I'm not going to sit here on an app and like look for music as I'm sitting and my car is running, I'm idling. Like, I'm just like, I can't be doing that. So I just bought 2 CDs. There's an artist, his name's Patrick Wolf. He is from the UK. I got into him through an ex of mine who we're still super tight. But his music is really dope. And I went on eBay and found CDs of his because it's like, you can't find it on YouTube, like the full albums and stuff. I don't know. And I like got off Spotify because of the ICE ads.
Oh, yeah.
So, whatever. I just bought 2 CDs I'm going to put in my car, and I'm going to be like, okay, these probably are going to get, like, ran into the ground to the point where...
No, but I relate to that very much, and I'm sure a lot of people listening to this will as well. I have the same kind of thing with movies, and I've been going for the last year, going to a video store here in Paris, renting DVDs like I used to when I was like a child, basically. And I love doing that because I was, so over going through Netflix or whatever other app or something you watch movies through, and I really just enjoy going there and asking, like I usually tell the people, like, just recommend me something, whatever, and I always come home with something, and it will always I won't have picked it myself, so it's something I'll be completely surprised by,
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll hate it, sometimes I'll love it, but I'm always surprised by it, and I really like that. It's after years of watching Netflix and all that stuff, like, I was so over it, and now I can appreciate discovering a movie in this totally different, more organic way. So I feel like with music it's kind of the same phenomenon.
Yeah, it's super relatable. I love, because I'm like, I have a weird like OCD loop where I'm like, why would I watch this? Or why should I, like, I'll just be, if I am like, and I don't have any patience for this, like going through and being like, I'll check out this new artist. Then I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Like, why? But when it's like, oh, like my friend Evan showed me Ozzy, fucking like Tegan and Sarah, I was like, like that was like a huge influence through like when I was in high school, through my friends in high school, like just like, it's like more of a way of relating to people than it is just being like, I enjoy this song for this. I don't know. There's something missing when I'm just like, okay, like, sure. Like, I'm like, I could like anything, right? Like, I'm like super open-minded with music, and I'm just like, why should I like this? And so if somebody's like, oh, you should hear this song, it's fucking dope, I'm like, oh my God, this is a song my blah, 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 someone showed me and I love it. And it makes me think of that person. Same with TV shows, like all that shit. I'm just like, otherwise I'm just going to keep putting on Gaga. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know why the streaming thing, I just fucking can't stand. I can't fucking stand it. I hate the screens. I hate the TV. I hate the phone. I'm like, get it the fuck out of here. I hate it, really. It like makes me kind of mad, as you're seeing. It's just overwhelming.
I understand. I relate to that, and again, I'm sure a lot of people do feel the same way. So.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, so then you're like, what's the next move? Let's say if I don't want to like stream something, or if like my phone's like not connected to the internet, then you're like, oh, I have to go through and like download albums, and which is like, I guess fine. I'm like, I'm just trying to remember like what it used to be like. I'm like, before this, I had my iPod.
Yeah.
And then what was that? Like, I bought all this music on iTunes. But now we don't own anything. I don't know. It's all fucking insane. I'm all fucking I'm cranky about it. I don't like it.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to get you cranky.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, still on the topic of music, I have a question from Tiffany Huet, who designed your Nike SB shoe with you, right?
Yeah, she was on the shoe team when we were working on that project.
So she said, I would love to know about any current or future music projects you've got going on, and what album or artist you're playing on repeat right now. Also, just because I've heard a couple of good stories from this question, what is the worst hotel room you ever stayed in?
Oh my God. All right, first of all, hold on. What was the first question again?
So
music
current,
projects
future
coming.
Music projects, yeah.
Okay, so at this stage I'm in like a purely developmental stage. I've been taking voice lessons and doing exercises like pretty diligently. And then also learning a lot on guitar through an app called Pick Up Music, where they have different learning pathways for like whatever you want to learn. And anybody can get anything from it, no matter what level you are. It's a really, really cool structure to learning guitar, because it's like, what's the other option is like, oh, I want to learn the cage system. So then like you go on YouTube and you're like, what was that video? And it has no relation to any other, it's like, this gives you sort of like a trajectory, which I like. I love that structure. It keeps me sane. So my project in music right now is to just like really develop my skills. And then during this time, I mean, in some of my darker, like I'm sober now. I went to rehab last year. In the times when I was using leading up to whatever, like I've written a lot of song lyrics, because a lot of stuff comes to me in those moments when I'm just having like a million thoughts at once. But at this stage, like I haven't looked at any of it. I don't know. It's like really like sensitive. Like I'm like, I don't want to remember that moment type shit.
Yeah.
But that's when I feel like the lyrics just flow out of me. And it's all like relatively depressing. And based off of my experience of putting my EP out, so Crying All the Time is the first one, and then Severely Human is the second one. Those are both like available to stream on the internet.
Yep.
It's all like really personal shit. Like I'm talking about being sober, like needing to be sober, like thoughts of like, you know, wanting to like not be alive anymore, stuff like that. Just like my dad died and I'm angry. Like just, I'm like, I don't know if I want to like sing about that publicly anymore. I don't know. Like, it's like, I'm really putting myself out there. It's like very personal stuff.
Yeah.
And because like, maybe if there wasn't like the pre-existing skate career, I would feel more comfortable with it or something. But there's something about it, like, whatever. Ultimately, I shouldn't give a fuck and just sing whatever comes to me. But I'm like, is like what I do in music going to affect the way people think about my skating?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that comes to mind. And so,
yeah, I see what you mean.
Right now, it's like I have a ton to say, but I'm like, do I want to like do that? Like put the music out and say the things that I want to say? I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's like, you can't undo it. That's what I'm learning. I'm like, the documentary, that's out. Like the video parts those are all out. Like everything that I released before like having top surgery or like the opportunity to finally transition, all that shit is out there.
Yeah. Like
people just see that stuff. And like, I'm like, I kind of don't like that, you know? So when it comes to music, I'm like feeling just very like timid, but I would like to be in a band. I would love to play shows. Oh my God. I would love, like my dream, I've always imagined I would be on like a stage in like a small venue and I could be playing and maybe there's a band and whatever. I don't know. I think that'd be really fun, but I just don't have the time. Obviously I'm skating, got the board company, trying to film video parts. Like,
yeah, it's hard.
Music
to
just stays on the back burner. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. And then the worst hotel. I accidentally, or I don't even remember what happened. I was in LA for like an extra day for some reason. And so I asked Nike to get me a room and I found the cheapest room in the area. It was on Vermont, this place called the Hollywood Hotel, I think is what it's called. It's like Vermont and like Santa Monica, Beverly, like it's whatever. Over like, it's like on the east side. And you go it, like it was just like low key such a shithole. And it didn't look like it online. And then this actually like sparked this obsession that I now have with hotels and especially cheap motels where like if I drive by a cheap motel, I'll like go on the maps and like Google it and then like read the reviews because it's always so fucking funny. Mm-hmm. But I was in this hotel and I was like, damn, this place is like crazy how like they advertised it, but like what's actually in here. And then I was like, I'm gonna like, I had nothing to do that day. So I was like, I'm just gonna like read the reviews of the hotel. And like, it was so many funny things. Like there was this one review that was like, we came here with our family, like my husband and with our daughter, like she's a baby. And like, we pulled back the sheets and there was Molly in the bed. Like there's drugs in the bed, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know. Just shit like that's mad funny to me. But yeah, that was a funny one. I thought the Hollywood Hotel in Silver Lake-ish.
Damn.
It's funny. I'm like, I kind of like, I mean, I don't want to like get bed bugs, but I like fuck with the shitty motel. It reminds me of like when we were young, like skating in Castle, we'd like obviously get the cheapest rooms because we're all fucking dirt poor. Yeah. So it's like 10 kids laying on this like one hotel room floor at like the Motel 6. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. There's probably worse hotels I've stayed in that I'm like not even aware of.
yeah, maybe. Yeah. All right. I have this question from Amy Caron. She asked, what was the last guitar you bought?
Oh my God. The last guitar I bought was the Cordova classical guitar that she recommended.
Okay. She's fishing for a thank you or a compliment or something?
No, because we're always joking about being obsessed with guitars and stuff. And then also like, do you play music?
I don't. No.
Okay, there's have you heard of Sweetwater?
I don't think so.
It's like they like sell music gear, used and new and whatever. But like then there's always a guy that whatever. We just like have inside jokes about like there's like videos and stuff online that like make fun of Sweetwater because they always put candy in the box and then they always call you. Okay. And they're like, how's your guitar? Like, we just wanted to check in and see what's up. And people make like these videos where it's like they open a Sweetwater box and like candy like flies out at them and shit. And then it's
wow, okay.
Or like doing an impression of the fuck it, whatever. So, so we just like obsess about like, we just send back and forth like videos about like, oh, is like, something wrong? Just buy another guitar. But I'm like, my fucking house is filled with guitars. If I get another one, it might like cave in. But yeah, that was, I've been waiting a long time. Like, in the same way that I like suggestions for music or movies or whatever, TV shows. Same with musical instruments. So I've been wanting a classical guitar for a super long time. And I just I'm not going to go on the screen to like find out information about, I'm not doing that. I'm just not going to do it. So yeah, Amy was like, Amy has classical guitars. She's like, this is a dope brand. This is a good one. Like, whatever, you'll love it. And I was like, immediately on my way to Guitar Center and like bought it. Like, in the moment we were texting about it. Because I was like, I've been waiting for somebody to tell me which one to get. Because I'm like, I do not have time to try to figure that out on my own. And even if I did, I'd be like, I don't know, like people suggested it on the internet. Like, I'm just like, I don't trust that. I'm like, I need a friend to help me out. But yeah.
It's always better that way, like you were saying earlier. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love that guitar. I've been playing it a lot.
All right. Oh, so this one is in 2 small parts. Let me play part 1.
What up, boo? I just want to say I love you and I'm proud of you. My question is, how much wax do you go through a week? And my next question would be, what would you be doing if you weren't skateboarding?
Fucking shout out Jamie, dude.
Yes.
God, I love her to death. How much wax do I go through? A lot. All of my jeans that I skate in have like the left back pocket is like waxy because that's like keep a little piece in there.
Right, yeah.
And like when I show up to the park, it's like part of my warm up is just wax everything. And I know a lot of people are anti-wax. I just don't care. I'm like, I'd prefer the thing to consistently grind or slide, and then I just utilize my balancing skills to get through that.
Yeah.
People get mad about like slipping out and stuff, but I'm like, why try harder? You know, is my approach. Like, if it could grind easier, why wouldn't you choose that?
Yeah. No,
so
makes sense.
I use wax, like, I'd never leave without it, even if I'm not skating, because it's just, like, in my pockets all the time. So, there's wax nuggets literally all over my house. From, like, they're, like, too small, but I'm like, well, I don't want to waste it, but it's, like, just throw it away, like, I guess. But I, can't throw it out. And I think if I wasn't skating, I probably would be doing music stuff, because that was the next thing that I was obsessed with after skating, was like, I want to be in a band someday really, really bad. Mm-hmm. So I think if I wasn't skating, I probably would have been in bands already.
Yeah, you would have transferred all that energy into music and...
Yeah. I think that's my prediction, but we'll never know.
She asked a quick second question, Jamie. Let me play it for you.
When is the next Leo Popstar song coming out?
Oh, shit. Damn. I don't know. Because I'm like, I kind of want to redo all my songs acoustic. Even though they're already, like, pretty acoustic. They're, like, produced, you know, with, like, instrumentation and stuff. But I'm, like, just guitar and vocals.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm, like, there's songs that I've written that I haven't put out yet. I don't know. I'm in, like, a rut. And I have been for a long time. I'm like, I guess, like, if I, like, stop, like, thinking so much, I could just, like, sing into this microphone that's, like, literally right here, record the song, and just, like, do the song. But there's so much thinking that I, like, can't get to, because I'm always like, what if this? What if... I don't know. I'm like, I need a breakthrough somehow. So, I don't know when the next Little Popstar song is coming. But,
yeah, sometime.
And then I'm like, should I change it to Leo Baker? Like, I don't know. There's that too. That's like a hang up I have. I'm just like, I don't know. And like people that are like my producer and like other people that are musicians are like, well, why didn't you just use your name that is already like has made a name for itself or whatever? And like at the time I was like, because I think Leo Popstar is funny and cool and random and kind of stupid and like it's not serious.
Yeah, it's a way to differentiate those different aspects of your life, I guess, or what you're trying to do. Yeah,
and so part of me is like, oh, it's corny, like, I feel like I should change it, and then the other part of me is like, who cares? There's, like, all this shit going on internally, where I'm, like, can't even do the music because I'm just too, like, whatever, having OCD loops all day.
a lot of questions internally. Yeah.
Yeah, but
well, that's just the point you're at now, and eventually I'm sure like you'll have a breakthrough, like you said, and inspiration will just start flowing again, and you'll find a good place to start making music again.
Yeah, because right now I'm just like, I'm loving practicing singing and like kind of like getting the mechanics down for like my range and like the sound I want to have and stuff, and that's where I'm at with it. So
all right, let's see.
Yo, what up, Leo? Dylan Jones here. While we could talk about skating and I have a million questions about tricks, spots, and all that stuff, I'm actually more curious about art. How long have you been painting and doing things that are creative? I feel like only recently did I start seeing things, and they're all super rad. My second question is there any mediums you haven't explored or you'd like to explore? See you soon.
nice. Hell yeah. Shout out Dylan. Thanks for that question. I've been doing art my whole life. I remember being in like kindergarten, and then like Miss Bobiak was like, this is a real artist right here. I'm drawing, and getting recognized for my art talents throughout elementary school, middle school, high school. I really got into painting in high school. My favorite medium, I don't know if he asked he was like, which one haven't I used? My favorite is spray paint. I've always loved spray paint so much. Like I think it's rooted in like being a fan of like graffiti and like having used to participate in that. Mm-hmm. But I just love spray paint. God, it is just so satisfying. And it's so quick. It just dries and then you're like on to the next. I've fucked with oil paint and I'm like, okay, like I get it, but I can't. Mm-hmm. Like I did a series of oil painting and I'm like, I have no desire to do that again.
Yeah.
And okay, mediums that I haven't.
Yeah, that you'd like to explore maybe,
Damn. I'm just so open to whatever. I'm open to anything because I love the process of like making stuff, like sewing. Like if you like go backwards, like how like what does it take to like make a wearable garment out of like a piece of fabric? Mm-hmm. That shit is a process. I like got into making shirts, or like I was like making clothes for like 2 seconds during COVID, and it was again like oil painting. I'm like, okay, that was like an insane process, and like I'm good on that, but I'm stoked that like I understand it. But yeah, like, damn, mediums. Fuck, I don't know. It would be cool to do like sculpture, like to have room to be able to like make a fucking object sculpture thing. All of the art that I make is like relatively small and like usually on a flat surface because where am I gonna store it?
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, big paintings sell for a lot. I'm like, okay, cool. Where am I gonna make a big painting? Like,
yeah.
And where am I gonna keep it? Like, there's no room anywhere here to like I can like mount it to the ceiling. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love building. I love woodwork.
Oh,
I would love to. Like I loved woodshop in high school. Fuck, I loved that shit. I would love, and I used to when I was young. My neighbor would do like woodworking in his garage, and I'd always go over there and like sweep the sawdust for him. I just loved the smell of it, and I loved being in there while he was making it. It would be nice to have access to that. Yeah, basically like like it's like not even the medium; it's like the amount of space is what I need. Because then I just don't have room to like really explore that much other than like flat surface, whatever. So
yeah. That comes with living in New York City, I assume, but even if you were in California or elsewhere, you probably wouldn't be living in a castle, so...
No.
I mean, regardless
Like, I'm like, if I lived back home at my mom's house and cleaned out the garage, then...
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not going to live in Covina when I live in New York. Like, I love it here, so...
All right. Let's do this one from Amy Ellington.
Dope.
She said, the fun fact about Leo is that he's a foodie. One of my favorite things to do is share restaurant posts with him. I'd ask, what is your favorite restaurant in Brooklyn right now and in LA? Hint, hint, so we can go to it the next time he's in town. Love you, Leo.
Fuck, I love that. I love Amy.
Yeah, she's rad.
I love all kinds of food. And in the same way that I get stuck on a loop with music and everything else, I get stuck eating like the same food. So I like, lately I've been like kind of bad in like the OCD loop of like, I'll order, like, instead of just ordering one burrito for takeout, I'll order 3, and then I'll cut them in half, and then that's, like, meal prep. So I'm like, that's, like, 6 meals.
Okay.
And I'm more, like, in a frugal state of mind at this time. But, like, oh, my God, King's Co. is, like, such good dim sum. Fuck. I love that place. I'm like, what else? I mean, we went to Sugarfish, obviously. Everyone knows that place fucking rocks. Really good sushi. And then I frequent Pita Palace. It's like this like little hole in the wall Mediterranean spot with like really good, authentic, whatever food. It's so fucking good. I went there yesterday. And then there's a burger place the other direction called Mother's that I go to at least once a week. And I have not really been exploring new restaurants at all. I've just been in the like loop of like what's my go-tos. But with having said that, I'm like, let's go somewhere dope. Like I would love to eat some super nice dope food. I'm like, she's gonna have to make this suggestion. Like I don't know if I have a good one right now.
Yeah. So did she say Brooklyn because you live in Brooklyn, or are you in Manhattan? I'm not sure which part of New York you're living in.
Yeah, I live in Brooklyn in East Williamsburg, and if I take the if I take the L 3 stops, then I'm in the East Village. So then I'm in like downtown, or like not downtown, but like lower Manhattan.
Well, yeah. Next time she's in New York, you can take her to one of your favorite spots. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta get that dude. I'm like, now that I said Mother's, like the burger, I'm like, I'll probably have to eat that today because it has entered my loop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I won't be able to even think of anything else. So probably eat a burger later.
All right, this one is from Brian Anderson. He said, "Have you ever been to where the Red Sox play, and what was it like going to that stadium?"
Okay, Brian, I see what you did there. When Lady Gaga was doing her Joanne tour, Brian got us tickets to Fenway, the Fenway show. We took the train there, me and him. It was like, I think a 5-hour ride to Boston.
Okay.
And then we saw Lady Gaga like front row.
Oh, wow.
It was unbelievable, unforgettable. I cried the whole time. And it was just such a special moment that, like, you know, like right before I met Brian, I saw that post where he was in that picture with Lady Gaga. And I was like, oh my God, like he's a fan too. Because I've been a fan forever. And then we connected shortly thereafter. I think Reda connected us, maybe a group text or something. And then we were just instant friends. But a huge part of, like, a lot of what we talked about is like Gaga stuff, like music in general, but like Gaga. Just being like both being fans and stuff, it's like fun to like nerd out.
Yeah.
And then he got those tickets for us. I have it framed on my wall.
Oh wow.
Because it was seat like 2A or something. It was like she was literally like right there. And like I feel like, I don't know, it was just like transformational. It's also like nice to like relate to somebody in that way and then be able to have that experience. That was something I'll never forget. That I'm like, unless I get like Alzheimer's. But no, I'm just grateful that we got to do that together. I'm super thankful that he like made that happen for us. He didn't even like tell me he was doing it. He was like, hey, like I got this extra ticket. Like, do you want to come with me? I'm like, dude, fuck yes, I want to come with you. Are you kidding? Like, are you kidding? And we just like, we took the train. It was just such a peaceful journey. God, that was so good.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
It's been an epic concert for sure.
Oh my God, I can't even. I cried the most. And then this like lady next to me, she kept pulling her phone out and stuff, and I kept like trying not to see it. Like trying to like keep it out of my view. Yeah. And then at one point she like looked at me, she's like, oh, how cute, you're crying. I'm like, literally shut the fuck up. Like, why are you on FaceTime? What could be more important than this right now?
Yeah.
And you're on your phone like calling people, like drinking wine and whatever's fine, like have your experience. But I'm like, this is spiritual for me, so mine. Please get out of my view. What a time. What a fucking time. Thank you, Brian, for doing that.
Okay, I have a couple questions from this guy, Kaspar Van Lierop. He used to work at Nike. I think he's in the Netherlands right now, where he's originally from, I think.
He is from the Netherlands. Right now he's in Portland, but I think is moving back.
Oh, he is? Okay. I didn't know about him moving. Okay. So he asked a couple of things. He said, you went from a competition-heavy focus to a very street skate-heavy routine. Which skaters are you inspired by today, and how has that changed from 10 years ago?
That's a good one. There's so much good skating out right now. It's really hard to remember names.
Do you pay a lot of attention to what's coming out, kind of? Like, do you check
really.
out, like...
If it's, like, the homie, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But
There's
besides
just so
that,
much,
there's just
so much content. It's just
yeah.
hard
You
to
already
keep
know
up,
I hate streaming. I'm like, now I'm gonna go through all these skate videos and be like, pick one. Like I just can't. I'm like, somebody show it to me. I'll be like, hell yeah, let's watch that. I don't know, but I'm just like, I can't just go on. I don't know. I'm like averted by that. But I really, I don't know. Like Bobby de Kaiser comes to mind.
Oh yeah,
That fucking
he's,
style is so
incredible.
fucking good. And then I've just been seeing like crazy shit. I'm like, who are these people? I saw someone do like a fakie flip to fakie Manny on something that was like 3 feet tall, and he did it perfectly and fucking hauling ass. Like I was like, wow. I love Tiago.
Oh yeah,
I adore Tiago.
yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, I love Alexis. I love Alyssa. I love Vanessa. I will just never like seeing Vanessa skate. God, it's like watching like something as beautiful as like figure skating or ballet. Like she's just tapped in a way that's like really special. Oh, what's that one? Diego Najera.
Oh yeah.
Love his style. Oh my god, so smooth. Yeah, and then what was the second part of that? Like how like from 10 years
How
ago?
has that changed from 10 years ago? Like who were you inspired by 10 years ago? I mean, you just mentioned some people. Like I'm sure you were already inspired by Vanessa and all the people you mentioned. But were there other people at the time that were very influential that are not necessarily as much today?
Yeah. I used to be like a huge fan of Jeff Rowley.
Oh yeah,
Major, massive, huge fan. I used to only skate the Rowleys, and then I got into the TNTs. I was a huge fan of Tony Trujillo.
Okay.
I watched Yeah Right and the Flip Sorry video every single day for I don't even know how long in my childhood.
Were those what year did you start skating? Was that like
dude, like 93? I was born in 91.
I remember reading that you had started like at 2 years old basically, but yeah. But do you remember maybe one of the first videos, or at least the one that had the biggest impact?
It was definitely Yeah Right. And sorry, because when I see a video the first time, it like kind of goes in one ear and out the other or whatever. Like I don't remember, like people will be like, oh, that person did this trick on that spot in that year. I'm like, I'll never be able to say that, even though even like in relation to videos I've seen obsessively. But I don't know. My brother's best friend put 4 videos on a VHS player, and we had a little 13-inch TV in the garage with the VHS player built into it. So I'd like just rewind it, start it from the beginning. It would start with the Sorry video, and then it would go into Yeah Right, and then it would go into Shorty's Guilty. And at that stage, I was like ready to skate. So I never really finished that one, but I was always watching the first 2.
Wow.
And just those videos.
Long time, because like I think Yeah Right was like over an hour, wasn't it? It
Mm-hmm.
was a long video.
Yeah.
Sorry video, I can't remember, but it's been a long one as well. But
Yeah. Sorry, I think is like at least 30 minutes. And then just, like I didn't know who that was at the time, but my friend Evan, he like knew more about music than I did. He was like, oh yeah, that's Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
Like, imagine doing that now. Yeah. Like, imagine that. I can't imagine. I mean,
no, it's hard to
that's
imagine
a sick
today,
ass video. Like, I cannot believe that got made. Yeah, right. It was sick as fuck. Yeah. And then later on, I think I saw Baker 2G before those two, but like only one time. And I was like a baby-ish, so I was like falling asleep during it. Like I was like super young. I remember my brother's best friend showing me, because like he would always come over to our house, but we never went over to his house. And like not even my brother we weren't like allowed in their house. So like I remember one day Junior came out and he was like, have you heard of this skater called Alexis Sablone? Like there's another girl skater. And I was like, no, there's not. I was like, at that age, I was like, it's me and Alyssa. Like, get fucked. Yeah. Because I saw Alyssa in the video game. And he's like, dude, I swear, I just got the PJ Ladd video and like she's in it. I'm like, I'm like, who is PJ Ladd even? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. I'm like 8 years old or something, or 9, maybe 10. And he's like, just come in really quick. Like, I'll just fast forward and show it to you. And I saw that video part and I was like, I walked out of there just like my brain like melted. I was like, yeah, dude, there's like another one. Like there's another girl skater. I like couldn't fucking believe it. Yeah. And then turns out there's like a whole bunch actually. Yeah. You know, we don't see it in the media, but yeah, that just like there's like my life before I saw that video and then after. And then I always wondered, like, where is she? What's she up to? Like, I was skating in all the contests, like, she was never around, and I was just, like, always in the back of my mind, like, what's up with that Alexis Sablone person? where is she? And then she showed up at a contest in like fucking, oh my God, like 2009 at Maloof. And we were all like, who is this person? And then Vanessa was like, dude, that's Alexis Sablon. And I was like, I like
you didn't recognize
lost
her? Okay.
my no, because I only saw her in that video that one time. Not like pictures. I didn't like follow her on
and
Instagram.
It was quite a few years before, and yeah.
So yeah, it was like single digits age, and then by that time I had graduated high school. So 10 years at least has gone by since I had seen that. I'm just like, whoa, dude. And now we're like super best friends. Like we like never skate together, but we always like go do yoga or like get a smoothie or like get dinner. It's really nice. But yeah, that was wow. I just couldn't fucking believe that. I still can't. I'm like reliving it right now emotionally, just like remembering.
Yeah, how you felt when you first saw it.
Yeah. That was
powerful.
I was like floored by that. So yeah, those were some of the bigger moments. Obviously, seeing Getting Nowhere Faster was like, wow, okay, there's like a bunch of girl skaters. Wish I'd known about that sooner. I mean, I guess I found out at a young age, but like just interesting that like there's no coverage. Like Lisa dedicated her life to making sure there's coverage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So hats off to Lisa for that and so much other stuff. But yeah.
Okay. Kaspar also, you have moved around and lived in California, New York City, a small spot in Portland now too. Is it easy for you to adapt to a new city and find a crew to skate with?
Yeah, I would say so. I feel like I'm pretty friendly. I'm like, when I see a skater that's like just having a good time skating, I'm like, oh, that person seems like they'd be fun to talk to, and then like we're friends. So that's fun. When it comes to adapting to new cities, honestly, it's like, yes, I can do it, but there's no better place for me still than like New York because of the way my brain functions and the accessibility in this city, like to get stuff done. Like, like I was in Portland for 2 months and I'm just like, it's all car culture. And I'm just like, oh my God, I have to drive to do everything. And that step of driving, I'm like, I'm just going to not go. Like, I'd rather just not, you know, but out here, I'm like, oh, I can walk to the store. That's like, I can see from outside my window. Like, if I need something, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I relate to that. It's the same here in Paris. Like it's, I mean, I have a driver's license, but I haven't driven a car and can't even remember the last time I did that. Anyways, I enjoy very much the kind of living inside the city and having everything accessible, and it's very, very easy to just navigate that way.
Yeah, but that is a fun thing about just going places. I mean, like anywhere I go, I'm just like, oh, they're like other skaters, you know, it's like instant connection.
Yeah.
So lots of new friends all the time, which I appreciate. I think it's hard to make I think we're lucky as skaters because I'm pretty sure like typically it's difficult to like form new friendships in like your 30s and in your 40s and stuff.
Exactly.
But because we skate, we like have that. So
yeah, you have this immediate kind of bond or thing to connect with. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He said also, Kaspar, I see your shoe out in the wild quite often and on all types of skaters. Do you sometimes stop, take a step back, and trip on you having a signature shoe on Nike?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, it is a trip. I
mean, not a lot of people have that, so it's a pretty monumental achievement, yeah. Yeah,
I never thought I'd get a pro shoe. I remember seeing like Alyssa's etnies and stuff, and I just never thought that I would get a pro shoe. Like I just didn't think that was going to be something that happened for me. So especially as I got older and like really understood the reality of like the way skating's going, it's like now like no one gets a pro shoe. Yeah, like that's like very rare. So I am honored to have been recognized at that level. And I love my shoe. Oh my God, it's the best shoe. Like I'm like, what's going to happen when it's discontinued and I have to go back to skating other shoes? Like I don't know. I'm just like, send me all the 6.5s you have, so that I can have like a lifetime supply of this shoe because it's the best shoe to skate in for me. All the other shoes hurt my feet. Every other shoe ever hurts my feet. Not this one.
Surely they can accommodate you with that. You definitely deserve that. So
thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
And his last question is, when are we skating again?
Oh, fuck. I mean, I'm like, if I go to Portland, I'll see you there. If you come here, I'll see you here. Yeah, we had a lot of fun skating. It's fun skating with Kaspar. He's just like, I don't know, just a skate rat, just like me or anyone else. You know, we're just like, oh, let's see how far we can backtail. Like, I don't know. It's like, like, let's see who can land a switch tray first. Like, it's just fun.
Fun challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels nice.
All right, this one is from Nicola Marsh, who directed the documentary with Reda. So her question is not really a question, but really just a thank you for reminding me to be in my body.
Oh.
That's it.
Dude, I love Nick so much. There was a lot of gifts that came from doing the documentary, and becoming friends with Nicola was one of them. So shout out, Nick. I fucking love you. I adore you, and I miss you. The fuck?
Yeah. How much time did it take altogether to do this whole documentary? It was over the span of what, maybe 2-3 years? I don't remember.
No, like
exactly.
6 years.
Oh, wow. 6.
Yeah,
okay.
It was like way pre-COVID. Reda was like, let's do a story. And then we filmed like this little sizzle. This was before Nick was in the picture or anybody. It was just me and Reda, and he wanted to do it.
Oh, it started with Reda. Okay, he pitched it to you. At that point, was it already going to be a full documentary, or was it?
He was like, I want to do a story. I would like to make a movie. So
had he
like,
already done the piece with BA at that point?
Yeah, he did the BA one, and he had done the Nora Vasconcelos one. So he was like, let's do one. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I'm usually just like a quick yes. And then later I'm like, should I have said yes to that? But no, this was a good thing to do, even though there was a lot of challenges, but whatever, that's life. So it started with Reda, and then he got, eventually, like, he was pitching it around and got Nicola involved. And then we decided that she would help co-direct, just so that there's multiple perspectives going on. Because Reda has, like, the skate perspective. And then Nicola is, like, a queer, filmmaker. And so has another understanding from a different perspective of, like, being just, like, a queer person. Being a woman, whatever. Being marginalized in that type of way. So, yeah. So that started, like, maybe 2017 or 2018. Is when we first filmed that first sizzle. And then he pitched it around for a long time. And then eventually Netflix bought it. And then we were like off to the races. But the pitch was non-binary skater on their way to the Olympics. And then the documentary was person transitions and quits the Olympics.
Right, yeah, because then, the documentary is great, by the way. I watched it. I hadn't watched it before we agreed to do this interview, but I watched it like a week or 10 days ago.
Nice.
And really enjoyed it. It was really well made and interesting and moving. And what was your reaction when they told you, like, okay, this is actually becoming a Netflix documentary? Like, were you stoked? Were you maybe a little bit afraid? Like, oh my God, like, this is going to be, like, all over the world, and this is, like, a whole other level of people that are going to see it or something? Like, what was... How did you initially react to that?
I mean, ultimately, I was just stoked. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I get a platform to, like, say some shit.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that, no matter what. Like, anytime I get it. And then usually, like, I mean, in the process of recording this, I'm like, I said what I fucking said. Like, I don't know. Like, and I don't really think too much about it. I'm just like, okay, like, I'm on camera, and this is what we're doing, and I'm just gonna do this, and then that's it. It's kind of, like, very simple and, like, present. And then, watching back through it after, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It's just, like, kind of crazy to have, like, that stage of my life documented
captured that
for
way
the world
so,
to see.
So intimately, yeah.
Because that was, like, really, like, one of the hardest times of my life. Like, making the decision to, like, quit that, not knowing what the repercussions were going to be. Yeah. Like, knowing that, like, in my experience, anytime I've, like, taken a step more towards my queer identity, that directly affects my skate career. Mm-hmm. And so being like, what if Nike lets me go because I'm not going to do all this stuff. Like, I feel like my whole livelihood's riding on this thing, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. And having that be recorded is fucking crazy, because that's, like, just being at odds with, like, everything that I have developed in my life, and then just myself. And then being like, this is what it's like, I guess, just for me. Everybody goes through their transitions and their life stuff, and it's different. That's just what mine happened to look like. And, there's, like, other worlds that, like, I don't, like, wish it was different, but, like, I think that my life would be easier sometimes if I didn't do that. Or like, if I wasn't already pre-known from such a young age. And I could just, like, live in peace and not have people on my fucking Instagram being... Just the fucking hate is just crazy. I'm like, damn, you could choose anything and you're gonna choose that? Like, damn, you fucking need help, bro. But, there's, like, pros and cons. People reach out from all over the world saying that they're grateful to have seen it and that I did that. And that means a lot because, I care to make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. You could be an inspiration to a lot of people all over the world, but that comes with a price, like you said.
Like sometimes I just don't want to go outside.
Terrible DMs from assholes, and
or like I was like, I need to change my primary care doctor, and I went to this place like down the street, and I was like asking them about it, and then the dude started referring to me as she, her, and I was like, what do I look like? Like I have a full mustache. I'm like, I guess I sound like, I don't know, like it just. Living in the world is just weird, but yeah, it's nice to not be alone. You know, there's tons of us. So
this one is from it's kind of linked to what we were talking about. This one's from Kelly Bird over at Nike. He said, "Given you have spent a considerable amount of time with Giovanni Reda, what is the most Reda thing you have had the pleasure to experience firsthand?"
The constant hype. Reda's constant hype.
Okay.
So fucking enthusiastic. It's like really good energy. Okay. It's like, dude, let's go fucking shoot a skate photo, and then like, we'll get a coffee, and then like whatever, we'll just go for a walk if we want. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, all that sounds
whatever you
dope.
say.
Whatever, man. Yeah, let's do it.
Super positive dude.
Yeah. Super positive, very sensitive, emotional, sweet. Yeah. Love that guy.
Just to bring it back to the documentary for just a second, but how did you two work together? And three of you, because there was also Nicola, of course. But how did you work on putting it together? Like, did you kind of script it beforehand and then shoot some? How did you approach this whole thing? Kind of. I mean,
it was pretty like
just a second, but like.
Yeah, it was pretty on the fly, but like it was like, okay, this seems like it's going to be an important moment. We should probably be there to film that. The other part of it is I was dating the girl that's in the documentary, Mel. They gave her a camera to film. So there's like handy cam footage that was recorded by her. And there's, Nicola and Reda showing up for bigger moments, like Olympics and like contest stuff. And then fucking like my top surgery. Oh my God. Top surgery during COVID was crazy.
Yeah, it looked like,
nobody
intense.
could be in the room.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Anyway, yeah. So that's kind of how it was. So there's like sort of bigger milestones, like this competition's coming up. This is a qualifier, like blah, blah, blah. And then like getting footage of like making sure to just show like what my life is like skating and like get my thoughts during specific moments. Like Reda, this is the most Reda thing I experienced. Yo, let's just talk on the camera for like 20 minutes. It'll be super quick. And then I'm like, it's like an hour and a half later. And I'm like, babe, I'm still hungry. Like I haven't eaten yet after skating that contest. Like, can we please get food?
Yeah.
It's like, just 20 minutes. I'm like, fucking, goddamn it.
I swear.
Oh, man.
All right. This one is from Kristin Ebeling. So she said, "Hey Leo, Kebs here. Curious what your current routine is and what is getting you hyped. In the time I've known you, there's been big boards, small boards, 6 a.m. sessions, Whole30, all kinds of self-improvement and hyperfixations. What is the latest? Give the people an idea of what a day in the life is like for you these days. Love you. Okay, bye."
That's sweet. Yeah, my routine right now, I'm like I was saying, like kind of living frugally and keeping it super simple. After going to rehab and sort of like getting rid of some of the noise that I was like dealing with and seeing a new perspective of like how much I'm taking on and like what's actually necessary. Right now, my life is really structured around simplicity and eating on a schedule. Like eating breakfast in the morning and then eating lunch around like noon and then eating dinner between like 4 and 6 p.m. And then,
okay,
because that's how it was structured in rehab. And then in between that, there's like a couple hours between each section, each meal time. And then it's like, okay, what will I do between breakfast and lunch? What will I do between lunch and dinner? And then what will I do between dinner and bed? And that's like a super, super nice way to sort of like to get through the day and like be sort of present for all of it. Cause it's like, I'll like get like 2 things done between breakfast and lunch. And then I'll like go skate after lunch. And then I'll be like, now it's dinner time. And now I'm going to do like recovery stuff and like get in bed by 9. Okay. So like before, I'll like practice music and do my vocal lessons and then I'll go skate or like I'll go to the gym and then eat something or you know what I mean? Like I'll just be like, whatever. Doing stuff between meal times essentially is it. And then I do a little morning journal where I check in mind, body, spirit and just kind of like have a reflection on how my mind is feeling and how my body is feeling and how my spirit's feeling. And then write down a goal, which is like a spiritual goal.
Okay.
which is somewhere in the realm of like 2 days ago, I was seeing a lot of anti-trans stuff online and feeling really angry, like really dysregulated in my body around that. And then I went skating yesterday and I was like, okay, like just we're going to be present today, and like strength and courage is like the theme, the goal, you know?
Okay.
And so, you know, it kind of helps sort of set the intention, because then I'm like, okay, like what does it mean to like have courage when you're just at the skate park? I'm like, I'm just going to talk to these people and be friendly. I'm going to try this trick that is scary and I'm going to go for it. I'm not just going to think about it and live in my head all day, which is like often, you know, we're all susceptible to that.
Yeah.
And it's just like really comes down to just actually living and trying stuff and like pushing myself in like incremental sort of digestible ways, and then just getting enough sleep. And then like I write down my gratitude, and it's like usually somewhere around like, you know, I write down gratitude, and then at the end of the day I write a list of like the best of the day, like best moments of the day, and like just so I can like get really present with like where I'm finding joy, so that I can really pay attention to that. And it's like coming home and Carlos is like stoked, my dog. Like that is like I live for like, and these are the things I'm living for now. Like it's like if I have a good skate session, like what tricks did I do? Who did I get to see today? Like who did I get to talk to? Every single day almost, it's like having a nap with Carlos, because I take naps every day. And just being tapped into that, because that's what's important. Like that's what I'm gonna remember in the end. And so just that's it. My fixation is just like
every morning and every evening, like you do this kind of journaling. Can I call it like that, or not journaling, but like writing down intentions and goals and gratitude and stuff like that?
Yeah. Like some days I don't get to the best of, but I always fill it out. Like even if it's in the morning when I'm doing the morning stuff, I'll like write down the best parts about yesterday or whatever. So I have like every day is like journals are like filled up, and then I made it more fun because I was like, why don't I like get like markers and like fun pens and shit to like have color? I don't know. Just to feel like alive in a world that's just like nothing but like fucking algorithms and scrolling and like, oh my God. I'm like, it feels really good to like use a fucking pen.
Yeah, for
and not like type on your phone in like the notes. I'm like tactile living like outside of the phone and outside of the mind that's the obsession. So that's where I'm at.
Absolutely.
What a nice question.
Do you usually do that straight out of bed, or do you have breakfast? Do you exercise? Do you do other stuff before you head into that introspective kind of moment, or do you do that straight out of bed?
Straight out of bed. I wake up and then I spend a lot of time rolling around and stretching and cuddling with Carlos, and then eventually I feel ready to get up. I make sure to chug a bunch of water, and then I make a coffee and sit down and write. Okay. And then I take Carlos out for a walk. Oh, here he comes now. Hi. He heard his name. Hi, buddy. Okay. He just woke
Speaking
up
of
from
walks,
a nap.
when are you taking me out?
Did you say walk? Yeah. So it's just like spending, like I just have like things that I like have to do. Like I got to make sure Carlos eats. He goes on his walk, and I got to eat, and I got to fucking take naps and shit. So it's like, okay, like what do I do between those moments that I know are structured and are gonna, like I can expect it. It's like stability stuff. And yeah, so I do that first thing in the morning, and then, you know, it's like whatever energetically I like bring into the next day, I can tap into and then set a goal around that. Like today I was like gonna go skate and shoot a photo, but then I bruised my knee like I gave myself like the craziest dead leg yesterday, and I was like, that's definitely not happening. But then when I'm sitting there doing the journal, I'm like, okay, like my mind is like thinking about this or whatever, and then my body, okay, this is like where I'm at in my body. So like now my goal is to like do what, like nurture my body, like do recovery stuff, and it sets the tone for the whole day so that I feel like I have a direction. And that's super helpful because the micro decision making is like really overwhelming, and I'm really susceptible, just like any of us, you know, we get stuck on our phones and shit when there's no direction. And I'm like, oh, I want to like play my guitar, like I want to feel a physical object and like watch and like learn on a learning pathway through this, like you know what I mean, just like really like do things like on purpose, like live my life and like get the fuck out of the phone. It's like, it's not even like, we need to like start calling them like government surveillance devices, because it's like not even a fucking phone. It's just like, it's like I'm like uncomfortable with it. As you can tell, it keeps coming up.
No, for sure. Yeah, I completely understand, and I feel. I think everybody feels that way to a certain extent. Maybe not as harshly all the time, but yeah, it's definitely a love-hate relationship with the phones. And
Yeah.
okay, just a few last ones. Let's see. This one is from Richard Quintero.
Nice.
Let's see. Said, Leo, you've experienced the full spectrum of the industry. From the simplicity of being a sponsored pro to the collaborativeness of starting Glue and now building Tacky Joy Factory. Looking back, what is one part of just being a writer that you've gained a new appreciation for? And more importantly, what is the biggest lesson from the Glue era that you're doing completely different this time around?
Okay, so just skating, I mean, the full spectrum is like absolutely accurate. I feel like starting out young and being like having this like whole dream and then it's like coming true and then kind of like in a way having my dream kind of shattered by the reality of like the industry and like existing as a woman in the world and like the implications of that and being like, okay, so like just being like, it was like all about just the long hair. Like, do you guys give a fuck at all about anything else about me? And whatever. That's like, that's reductive. But, at this stage in life, I've been able to reconcile what skating meant to me before all of the noise. Like, I fell in love with skating and I think about it obsessively in the same way that I did when I was young. I'm like, when I was learning how to do a kickflip, I'm like, it's all I'm thinking about. And then I go out and try it for years and then finally land it. I'm like, oh my God, now I gotta learn blah, 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 or whatever. I still like, I'll like wake up thinking about a trick, like first thought in the morning and feeling like this like compelled sort of vibe to like go skate. Like, not because I'm like, okay, I'm choosing to go skate today, but like this like biological need to like try that trick or something. And there's been, eras of time throughout my career where I lost touch with that because of feeling super discouraged by the realities of the industry and the world at large, So to be back in that, like, it's like when I was speaking about this earlier, being like, when I was like 2 years old, I fell in love with it. Like, no one can take that away. Like, I skate because I fucking love it. Doesn't matter any of this shit. The pro shoe, none of it matters. I will be skating no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, that's it, because I love doing it. So being tapped back into that, I'm just like holding that close to the heart. And every day I get to go skate, I'm just like, damn, I'm like fucking skating right now. Like when I'm doing like a long back tail, I'm like sliding a back tail. Like I'm just like super present to that. Like what's happening physically in like reality. And it's nice to
be in tune with that and the deep appreciation for it.
Yeah. And like I find that when I kind of go into a session with like expectations or like, okay, like I did this trick yesterday, so I want to work on that. Sometimes that'll bite me in the ass and then I'll have to like reset the vibe. And like when I go into it with like my first goal is just to warm up. All right, now I'm warmed up. All right, then I see like I'm listening for and feeling for like what's coming to me. And then tricks come and then I'm like, whoa. Then I'm going after it. It's like answering to like a calling more than it is like I'm gonna force myself to learn this thing today. And it's a really beautiful experience. I just love it. I've learned a lot of new tricks recently, like skating that way.
That's interesting, that you're skating in a totally different way. Like you're not like setting a list prior to going skating and like I want to do this trick. Like it's not kind of exercising, so to speak. It's more like whatever inspiration comes on the moment, I'll just follow that and if it works, it's great. If not, it doesn't matter. Like
I'm like, what if I do like a bunch of fakie ollies? Like, where will that take me? And then I'm like, fakie Manny, fakie front crook, fakie 5-0, like fakie nose grind, all those, you know what I mean? All this stuff. I'm like, damn, fakie's sick. Like, I love like skating fakie's fun. There's so much more to like get. Fakie flips and like the way that feels compared to a regular kick flip. I don't know. I just love the like physical aspect of it all. And then with glue, to be blunt, like I'm just like, don't start a business with a friend or a perceived friend at that. Now I have Tacky and I'm 100% the owner of it. So I don't have to share that, like, I don't know. It's like being like glue was like a shitty marriage. I'm like, damn, we're like really in it. Like it seemed really fun and cool. And it was like, there was this magical element to it in the beginning. And like a lot of dope art came out of it. And then it just got fucking weird, dude. Like, oh my God. It's awful. In the end, it was awful. And I was like, I'm just gonna walk away. And like, I had money invested in it, obviously. Like, I was the person financing the whole brand, so I'm already like at way more of a loss than, you know, my counterpart. Mm-hmm. And in the end, I ended up being like 25 grand at a loss.
Oh wow.
Which it could have been worse. I was able to sell everything off and whatever. It was like fine, but I'm like, that's like my tuition.
Yeah.
Like the 25 grand is like my tuition to like learn a real fucking lesson. I'm like, I will never make that mistake again.
That experience could have like discouraged you to try again. I mean, you could have walked out of this thinking like okay, I'm not starting a new brand. Like
exactly. That's what I was telling you earlier. I'm like, do I really want to try this again?
Yeah.
Or should I just get a board sponsor and like not do all that? But like with Tacky, I'm like in a much different position. Like I'm the art director. I do everything.
Yeah.
And I have Alex White as my brand manager, and she helps me. She's the fucking wind beneath the wings of Tacky. Because I'm like, without the structure she provides, I wouldn't be able to do the art stuff, the things that like I'm able to do. So it's a really great partnership, and yeah, I just hire her and pay her to do stuff for me, and that's a much safer position to be in than to like start an LLC with 3 names on it. That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It was fun at first, and then it was just, I just went in with like blind faith. I was like, it's going to work out. Like, we all have good intentions. And it's like, well, that's actually not how things go.
Like the metaphor you were using earlier, like a marriage is, I think, very on point. Like you start a marriage with the best intentions, but then, you don't know how it's going to evolve. And sometimes it goes to shit, and then it's a horrible thing to get out of. And everything.
Really hard to repair.
A lot of people get hurt. And it seems like you've learned a lot from that experience, and it didn't discourage you from starting this other project. So it's all good now. But,
yeah. I'm glad I did it ultimately, and I'm like definitely learned some lessons, and now I'm like, I wouldn't know that stuff if I didn't do it. Like, it's like, that's just how life is, Like, nothing is going to be, and like, I got a lot of really good advice from a lot of people. Like Amy was telling me about, Amy Ellington, a business seminar she went to, that she's like, if your business is your baby, like, and you're always like, my baby's the prettiest, cutest baby, but it's like, it's not. And and
it is to you, but not to the rest
like
of the
other
world.
people aren't like that invested.
Yeah.
And that's just the simple fact of it. So like, if you have to like let it go, it's like not a big deal. Businesses come and go. Like, that's just the nature of it. So that made me feel better, because I was like, I really put I put my heart and soul into that. And it was like just coming to terms with the fact that I'm like, damn, I'm really like, for real? Like, really? I like couldn't believe I like had to do that. And then I realized like it's definitely for the best, and like it's actually not a big deal. And that was helpful to have people guide me through that. So I'm grateful.
Okay. Well, speaking of Tacky, this next question is from Vitoria Bortolo.
Yeah.
She said, Tacky Joy Factory feels like a meeting point of your forms of expression, like skateboarding, music, art, and you invite people into that world. So what do all these people have in common? What do you see? And oh my god, Marissa Del Santo? What secrets do you know about her that convinced this legend to appear?
Dude, me and Marissa just go fucking back.
Oh yeah?
We just go way back, yeah. I met her when I was like 13, and we've just been homies forever. And I know she didn't like love her experience on Zero and in the industry in general. It was like just she doesn't like filming. She doesn't like, like it's just not her thing.
Yeah.
But I know she likes to skate, and I know she's an artist, and I know she's a fucking dope person. And I'm like, I was just like, I just want you in the mix. I don't care if you ever skate again. Straight up, I don't care. But like, you're important to me. You've been important in my life. Like, you're super, I don't know. She just, and she's like, hell yeah, I'm down to like be in the mix. And I'm like, yes. So like, I'm just like, whatever art, whatever music, like skating, like if you want to get a clip, get a clip. If you want to not, I don't care what happens. Just like, I just want you to be present in this project.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been so rad to be able to kick it with her. And like, we did that video, like, thank God for Alex. 'Cause I'm like, I would never have been able to like produce that. Where we went and like talked to her and like did the screen printing stuff. Like, the screen printing stuff was my idea, but then Alex like made it into this like really dope project that people could then see into a little bit into Marissa's life.
Yeah.
Which I think is rare and special. Yeah, and I think the common thread between all of us is like, I don't know, like I get this question a lot, and I'm still working through like what it is, why I'm drawn to Marissa, to like Tristan, to Rocco, to fucking Vitoria, and to Nora, Alex, like other people that have like helped out in the project that aren't necessarily like on the team. The younger kids like Nico and Joshua, they're both like young New York skaters, are Flow.
Okay.
There's just something about them that I just think is like, I don't know. They're like, there's just energetically, it feels special. Like Nico, oh my God. Everybody, like I can say like as a fact in reality is so kind and polite. Like it's like, this is the van you want to be in when you're on a skate trip. Like people are considerate. They're not leaving trash anywhere. We're like having fun, uplifting conversations. No one's getting bullied. And people are curious and excited and inspired and like also have other creative outlets going on. So like there's so much to talk about. When I was in Denver and when we were doing that thing with Marissa, we talked about music for so long because it's been a minute since I've been in the presence of a person who's into music in the way that she is. And so I was like, tell me everything, everything that I want to hear, every song that inspires you. Like because I like respect her and her opinion so much. And then to be in that, I'm just like, damn, that's sick. Like, I'm like, this is a song Marissa loves. Like when I'm listening to it, I'm like, that gets me stoked, so that I'll be like listening to that. Yeah, and it's just like a genuine sense of like people looking out for each other. I feel like Vitoria is so sick. I actually have not met her in person.
Okay.
Alex made me aware of her. And then I was like checking her stuff out. She skates for cons and like I could see that she's like alters her clothes and like has like her style is like super unique and like specific to her. And I'm like, I relate to that. Yeah. Like I know all of us, I think of everyone on the team, it's like I sew my clothes, Tristan sews his clothes, Rocco sews his clothes also, and so does Vitoria. I think Nora probably, if she had a sewing machine, would be also good at it. But there's like, everybody's altering to like, and modifying to make shit fit, make it work for them. So that I think
has strong personalities and,
Yeah. So, yeah, and Vitoria's response to like, just like us wanting to include her, and then all the way from that to like, she's like, all right, I'm going to get out and film, and she fucking banged out that part. Carlos was just snoring there. She banged that fucking part out, and I was like, it's so fun to work with people that are inspired, because I'm like, I'm getting all these clips, I'm editing, I'm making the song, I'm doing the artwork for it, and then I get to like hold space or create a lane for this person who's fucking dope, that like there's not a lot of people making lanes for people like that, like me. People like me. And I have like a platform. I feel like it's like a humble platform, and like I'm gonna do all I can to like elevate people that I feel like are just genuinely dope, like beautiful souls. That's like really what it cocomes down to.
I had a kind of a side question, but linked to all that. It's I was watching the video you put out. I can't remember what the name was. It Welcome to the Circus or is that the name of the video? Yeah. I saw that you made the music for it, and I was wondering how did you work on that specific project? Like, did you edit the video first and then create the music to go according to how you had sequenced the parts and everything? Or how did you kind of work? Because I don't know if you had done something like that before, like to score a skate video? Yeah.
Oh, this was very on the fly. And also, okay, I'm really glad you asked me this question, because the music came from so many parts of my life. My song was like one of the more recent compositions I had made. Okay. And it started with the intro to the video with like all the clown and like circus footage and stuff. Right. Yeah. And I made that little composition, which then like that little melody is now like part of the Tacky brand. And so it's pretty subtle, but like in the song that I made for Vitoria, it's the same melody, but it's just like on like heavy metal instead of like the little toy piano. And then it's also okay. Over time people will, I think. But so there's that. And then I recorded the song for Rocco as I was editing the part. I didn't have a song chosen for him. And then after watching his part, I was kind of reminded of like a riff that I wrote when I was in high school. So that's where that came from. Mm-hmm. So the story with that is there's a World Cup competition in Toronto that I can't remember what it was called, but I won a guitar. And I was playing that guitar a lot, and that's when I wrote that riff, the one that's in Rocco's song. And that was when I was like 15. Oh, wow. And so like fast forward like almost 20 years. And then I'm like finally found a home for that. Because I'm like, I love this riff. I've always loved it. And it was just really dope to find some way to use it finally. That meant a lot to me. And then same thing with Tristan's song. First I had a kind of a more slow song And then we decided that his part needed a little bit more energy because it was like the opening part.
Yeah.
And then I made Nora's song. Like Nora's song came like there was stuff that came from like my childhood, and then there was stuff that I like made like on the spot. So like Nora's song was brand new, my song was brand new. Tristan and Rocco's songs were a mix of old and new.
Okay.
And then there was the outro song, which also was new. What a fun project, though.
Yeah, it must have been very fulfilling, and kind of it encompasses all of your, not all, but some of your main interests, like skating, art, music, editing videos, and all that stuff. So it must have been
actually, I didn't
edit.
I never edited a video before that I learned how to edit to make that video. And I like, I can appreciate all kinds of videos, like the New Balance video, for example, but that's like high production value video. But the beauty of skating is that we're scrappy and we can make whatever because we're all just like creative little fucking weirdos. And so I really appreciate a scrappy skate video that's been filmed on different cameras, and that's what the video is. That's like the ethos. Like Tacky's just like, let's see what we can make out of basically nothing.
Yeah.
And I like, it's just part of being a skater. I grew up like just figuring stuff out. Like I had my skateboard and there's like the sidewalk. When they repaved the street outside my house, oh my God, my whole world was like, I'm like, it's going to be so fucking smooth. Cause it was like really gravelly for a while. And that smell of asphalt takes me back to that like rush of like excitement. Like I'm going to skate the smoothest flat ground. But I bring that up because it's like, that's just what I had access to, and the things I was able to create with that. Like, I learned so many tricks on flat. And then I was like, I took my grandma's soap to try to get the ledge to grind, or the curb, sorry. And then I was like, fuck, that didn't work. Like, trial and error. And then eventually I'm like, oh, this works. I learned how to use wax. I was very young. And then being like in my garage, like, there's this like piece of wood. Like, if I lean it up against something, what can I, just really working with like what's right in front of you. And that's like what Tacky is. And that's what I feel like a lot of us as creatives are really inclined to be good at,
Yeah.
So it's a nice thing. I'm really grateful I get to do Tacky. It is expensive.
Yeah.
I am in the red,
sure.
but like, I'm alive, I'm alive.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I love, and like, that's it. So I get to eat. I'll eat today. Like, I don't know. I'm not like, I have a small savings. Like, I'm just, humble, frugal, and do the things that make me feel alive. That's like
that matter. And that's very cool. Yeah, congrats on Tacky and on that video. And I look forward to what you put out next. It's exciting.
Yeah. Thanks. I know now I'm like, I want to like record a song and like put it out like today. But then I'm like, what song will I do? And then I'm like, oh wait. But yeah, I'm working on a video part, so we'll see that in about a year and a half probably.
Okay, this one's from Felix Graham. So I read somewhere you must have mentioned that you were taking some vocal lessons with this guy, right?
Wow, yes. Oh my God, I did not expect that. Holy shit.
So he said, you're a multi-talented kind of guy, and you always have more than one iron in the fire. But what is the most unexpected path your career/life interests have taken you?
Unexpected path. Fuck. I need time to think about that, because with the way that like I envisioned my life from such a young age, nothing feels unexpected. I just feel like really lucky. Like I got put on this earth at a very specific time with a very specific vision, and then the right people are always there at the moments that I need them to be, like Lisa, Ryan, Anthony. And so that's like, it's one thing to be like an 8-year-old and have a dream, but then it's another one to like set out on it, and then just like it's just falling into place so naturally. That's unexpected. Like you don't hear about that every day. Traveling the world to compete is a crazy, like, I don't know, like there's like there's like really incredible things, and then there's really difficult things. Like it's like, yes, I was winning money, but like my mom was broke and like had a workman's comp lawsuit, and it was just like, thank God there's money coming in from somewhere. So that was like on my shoulders at a young age. Like that's unexpected. To have to be sort of financially, like if it wasn't for the money I was making, where would money have come from?
Yeah.
It's unclear. I don't know. And just meeting so many fucking amazing people. Like, I just constantly meet amazing people through skating, and I'm just so grateful for that. Being homies with like Alyssa, like she was in the game. Like I was a little kid when I became aware of her, and I was like, okay, it is possible.
Now you're friends with her. Yeah.
And
cool.
she's like, I'm just like, dude, it's wild to like have a dream and then just like live it. That's
and
unexpected.
Not only friends, I mean, you're on a level of recognition in the skate game or industry that's similar to what she was at that time and stuff. And so it's not just that you know her and stuff, it's that you're her peer now.
Yeah, we're like that shit is fucking blows me away.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of stuff is mind blowing. It's like having a dream and living it is unexpected.
And just a quick question about Felix and your work with him. Like, I was just curious, you did some vocal lessons with him, right? So was that, what brought you to connect with him, and how did he help you figure out kind of the way you wanted to sing and perform and everything?
So I actually discovered Felix through my therapist. And I've obviously talked to my therapist a ton about music and my baggage and the emotional baggage there. And the like drive to want to sing, but like having, things like in passing that got said by people that I care highly about their opinion, and they didn't mean to like hurt my feelings, but it like really like left an impact on like my confidence around that. And then also just like the trans perspective of like wanting to sing, but then not wanting to be perceived as female, which like I posted like a video of one of my songs like 2 nights ago, and somebody was like, nice girl voice. And I'm just like, damn, like you're hateful. Like you're just hateful. And you just follow, an like I removed the follower and blocked him, but I'm like, why do you even follow me? Like, what the fuck is that? Anyway, so my therapist was like, oh, I actually have another client who has this trans vocal coach. And I was like, oh, that sounds fucking dope. So I learned so much with Felix, and what a great, like, this is what I mean, like, just the right people popping up at exactly the right time. Like, what a gift. Like, this person did their dissertation on, like, trans voices, like, knows, like, everything there is to know about, like, hormone replacement therapy and how that affects the vocal folds, and therefore how it affects, like, just your ability to sing and speak. And then also knowing, like, all this stuff, like, about, like, neurologically, like what happens in different settings to your voice, like why, like when I'm in the gym locker room, my voice is like always at the lowest register, but then if I'm like in like a safer space, then my voice will like soften up, and it's a survival response. It's like you get bigger and louder and deeper voice when you like are in a place where you feel unsafe.
Oh wow. Okay, interesting.
So much. Oh my god, wealth of knowledge. I really respect Felix. I love the work we've done together.
All right, let's wrap it up with this one.
Okay, so here's my question for Leo. If skateboarding got removed from existence tomorrow, like nobody knew about it, what do you think all skaters would be drawn to? What do you think they would do, like activity or sport, and what would you do?
Wow.
Could you recognize who that was, or?
I had an idea of who it might be, and then I like was like, is that who that is? And then in the end, I'm not sure.
I'll just tell you, it's someone who writes for Tacky. We mentioned him a couple times.
It's Rocco.
It's Rocco, yes.
Oh my god, I was like, what
Marsh,
the fuck?
yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm like, whose voice is that? Aw, what a nice question. I love that kid. I think my first thought is just a solo craft that's like, I don't know. For me, I think I would be a dancer.
Oh, yeah.
And I think dancing and skating is super related.
For sure. Absolutely.
And like anything in like the arts, sort of like maybe even theater, performance, just weird shit. Some skaters are like, I don't know, like I feel like maybe the SLS skaters would be like on baseball teams or something. But like
yeah,
people that I relate to, I think would be like musicians and artists, and like find that like physical expression in other ways.
Yeah.
Generally, that's sort of the idea that I get.
Well, I guess, we can wrap it up here.
All right.
Thank you so much, Leo.
Yeah, great talking with you.
Yeah. That's it for my conversation with Leo. Follow him on Instagram at Leo_Baker. Make sure to go watch and rewatch all of his video parts. Support Tacky Joy Factory by visiting their website tackyjoyfactory.com. And keep an eye on his upcoming music projects by following Leo_Popstar. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon for a new episode of Beyond Board.